reviewing that show. We here to review that show. And if we think we can, we can still view that show. All the people be trying to view like us, but you know they can. It's Marty, and that's it.
Review that show, bitch!
We just came from the alma mater, son. You hear me? The alma mater we share.
Oh, right.
You feel me? And like every now and then I like to check the temperature on what's going on over there, because I always feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, what's the point of saying I went to such and such school for such and such, for like whatever, theater, mass con, whatever, if the school ain't doing good after I left? You know what I mean? So I'm always like, you know, curious, like, even if it's just, you know, going, giving some games to the kids or whatever. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? I still support, I still see your plays and stuff. I still, you know, try to keep a little pulse. You feel me? So, you hear me? So, we at that bitch, dog, and a few things kind of just threw niggas off. See, I'm gonna bring this up most likely on Fly with Bats, but Devin's on Fly with Bats, but still, you was there. Because I'm about to bring up, you know, old Diller. You know, old school. You know how it was. Right. You feel me? Mm-hmm. How many professors you had? How many black professors you had?
We had like 3.
You had 3 acting professors?
Acting professors?
No, I mean in the theater department, period. How many?
Oh, okay. Professors, like, all together, 3, if I'm not forgetting anybody. With Fry, Hyatt, and Cortell.
Throw Sherry in there.
I think... Was Sherry still? Yeah,
Sherry was
around.
there. I'm talking
Sherry
pre-Katrina. That's
so Sherry was around. So
Virgil.
Well. Virgil.
See, I know Yolanda better than Yolanda 5.
Well, no, does Virgil count as a professor?
What was he?
He was just sort of a resident director, I thought.
That's what I mean. All that, nigga. I don't, nigga.
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
We don't even know what the fuck that is. Did you hear that? They used to have resident directors.
Okay.
Nigga.
My bad.
Let me tell you, son. I
didn't realize what you were asking. I understand the question now.
Yeah,
okay.
son. How many people you had to come to in that department when you were there pre-Katrina?
I think my strongest connection was with...
I mean, how many? I'm talking numbers.
I'm sorry. Numbers? Fair enough.
Because my situation is I had one director.
Like the whole time?
For the people listening, I blinked. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
One director. And I love him to pieces. One not black director.
You're talking about Ray, right?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
I love him to pieces.
Cool. No,
but
cool.
You had like 5 black directors at your disposal, son. That's a different kind of culture as an HBCU. You feel me? So we go visit, and you know the homie's still there, and he hired some other white dude to be like, I don't know if he's stage manager, right hand man, or whatever, but just something off-putting and weird to walk in, and it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We're just HBCU. You feel me? And the only director here is, I don't know if Ray White or what, but he ain't black. You feel me? And he hires white. I just see 2 white dudes running the show, and he doing Romeo and Juliet and shit. And I'm like, my nigga, like, there's so many ways that shit could flip. Like, there's so many ways, so many different things that you can be doing that can elevate. You dig? And it just was like frustrating going there and watching, like remembering, because I came in the shadow of y'all whole situation pre-Katrina. You feel me? I was at Diller for 1 year for pre-Katrina, and then Katrina happened, and my first year there, I had nothing to do with the theater. I visited the theater department. I ain't gonna forget. I met with Sherry, and we ran. And I was like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I want to be an actor. I'm the mass comm major, but I'm planning on being a theater minor. Because the only reason I was being a theater minor was because I had in my head what they always tell you: have a backup. Right. On your road to this shit. Yeah. So I was like, let me major in my backup since I'm already talented in acting. I already felt like, man, I'm already talented in acting. I don't have to make it my major. You feel me? Yeah. Now, halfway through, I realized, okay, you tripping, son. You should have made this your major from jump because it's another experience I would have gotten. But I still, you know what I mean? I was only like 2 or 3 classes from a double major. That's how many classes I took. Like, that's why everybody thought I was a theater major, because that's all the classes. Because luckily, when we were at that school, you feel me, the handbook is way more thorough now. But for mass comm, son, it was like nothing but electives. It was like only thing that you really had to do was like 2 Spanishes, of course your core classes.
Right.
You had to do news writing. You had to do news writing, like journalism, like 3 years of news writing. You had to do basic television. and shit like that. But besides like maybe 4 or 5 classes for the rest of your whole 3 years there, I wish I had my handbook. It says elective. So all of my shits was theater. I was like, well, fuck. Because Katrina happened, and then that threw a nigga off for a year, and then me dropping classes threw a nigga off for another year. So I wound up graduating like 2-3 years behind. So at that and while I'm in the thick of it, I'm not about to change majors. You feel me? Because that's how you know it's a podcast, though. When the lighter drop, y'all, when the lighter drop, it drop every episode. You feel me? You be listening, do you know that? The lighter drops every episode. But, yeah, son, so, like, when I get there, like I said, and that's the thing. Okay, there's Katrina. There's the year before Katrina. Then Katrina happens. Then for that whole year, there's no theater department at all. You know what I mean? I'm in this motherfucker like, man, I want to get on stage. That's what made me start writing and rapping and shit and doing poetry. I want to get on stage. You feel me? I want to do this theater shit. No theater for the year of Katrina. No theater for the year right after Katrina. It's like theater department didn't come back until like my technical 4th year of college. So my 4th year of college, I'm finally able to take theater. You dig? And just by happenstance, I didn't drop so many classes that I'm not on time. So now I'm in that bitch and I'm just eating everything I can. You feel me? Like it was like nigga had passion about it. Like niggas gave a fuck. Some of the stories I hear about some of them students, I'm like, son, if y'all ain't got passion in your college situation, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it nowhere when you get out of here. Because nigga, even how passionate some of us were that was there, it's still a tough game. Even when you passionate, even when you want it. You know what I mean? Not even counting when life hits you. Like, I'm not even talking about how paying bills, how getting married, how having kids, how just depression, how all kind of fuckery, all kind of just nonsense happens to you into adulthood when you really get out of college, of that bubble. But I'm just saying, just to have the mindset of, nigga, you try to get in this entertainment industry, most colleges don't even teach you the mentality that you have to have or the information that you need to make that transfer to the film area, dog. That's what I'm seeing across the board at a lot of HBCUs when it comes to that. You feel me? So when I'm looking so we rolling them, that's the alma mater, and I'm like, man, like, it got this vibe like I remember growing up, dog, that theater department I went to the college because my grandma and my grandpa was fucking legendary, like not legendary scholar, but legacy scholars, because like I have like 3 or 4 people in my family that went there. So it's like, yeah, son, so we would always get these pamphlets about their season. Nigga, you get a pamphlet about the theater season, nigga. Right. With pictures and shit. That shit was legit looking. I was like, oh man, that's where I'm gonna fucking go for this acting shit, son. If I decide to stay in the city, in the state, because at first I was like, I'm about to leave. But when I decided I'm gonna stay in New Orleans because for the various reasons, I'm going to Dillon. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So then you see the whole theater department wiped out, all his legacy, all this amazingness, dog. The year after fucking crazy Emmett Till done made numbers. Emmett Till done fucking, everybody talking about how beast Emmett Till is and shit. You feel me? Then it gets wiped out. And it was Top Dog, Underdog, and me and Devin that brought attention back. You know what I mean? So it was like, we brought it back off of modern play and shit. And after that, you know what I mean, while we were still there, we keeping the charge going, because luckily we had other people that was freaking passionate, like Kane, like Lawrence, like Joseph, who eventually came, like Jory, like there's so, like Rodney, like Rochella, like there's so many people that eventually started coming in the theater, like Chris, what up? Like, there's so many people that like, okay, we still got, we trying to at least re-spark what y'all had back in the day with more teachers, with more culture, with more influence. I hear y'all used to fucking spend a night in the theater and shit. I hear all these fucking stories of the previous generation. I'm like that nigga of this generation trying to lead this charge, and it's like, my nigga, like it's a trippy thing, because like I said, you know what I mean, you want where your branches to still be full. So like I said, I still got this connection there, because I often say the theater department saved my whole situation, because if it wasn't for the theater department, I wouldn't have graduated, because I wouldn't have gave a fuck. Like, honestly, like, you know what I mean? Being in plays, and like I said, most times I'm a lead. So it's like a certain pressure that you have. You always cast as a lead. I mean, nigga, you better keep your grades up so you don't be fucking off and shit. You got it. Like, I'm there. I used to be in, people will tell you, dog, anybody, he will tell you, son. I'm on that stage with nobody else on that stage, son. Like, when I don't gotta be, I'm on that stage. People just walk in the theater sometime, Bats doing a monologue. Bash just in this motherfucker working. You hear me, dog? Like, that's where I was just on, because I always felt behind. This is my 4th and 5th year of fucking being in college. I shouldn't even be here anymore. You feel me? And I'm here still because of my own fuckery. And theater, like by happenstance, theater didn't come back till then. So if I wouldn't have fucked up, I wouldn't have got the experience at all, which is fucking shitty. How life works. Right. You hear me? Yeah. But it's like I always felt like, man, like no, son, I gotta push. So I go back there, I'm hearing all these stories how these niggas ain't pushing, these people ain't pushing, and like, dog, I went into this one cat in particular, son. Mm-hmm. And see, in the scheme of things, if you're gonna talk about how, you know what I mean, every generation got like a couple of cats that's like probably always gonna be the leads or whatever, because they just always be hitting out the park. You feel me? Their generation's going down a bit, so it's not like the same. These niggas ain't like as, I can't say as talented. They don't want it as much. They ain't as hungry. You know what I mean? So one of their main niggas right now, or whatever, just rubbed me such the wrong way being there. It just felt like a representation about how I felt just being there. Just
could how you agreed?
Yeah, it was our experience. It was our experience in like human form, basically, because he basically comes running up to me, right, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, little nigga?" You know what I mean?
Hey, pause. Let me set the context. Heem younger than us, so Heem was there when this nigga came in. Or whatever. So Heem, like, this is when Heem is out, like, he out of the fucking school, but like they'll hire him sometimes to do certain roles. So some of them cats that's still there know Heem as like a big brother figure, because they'll hire this man and he'll be like representing, you know, whoop-de-woo. So I remember some play that this little dude was, so he knows Raheem personally. I remember this play that he was in the first time I saw this. He was in a play with Rochella, funny enough. And
Redfish.
Yeah. And I saw the cat.
Marie Laveau story.
Yeah, by Marie Laveau.
Okay.
And I saw the cat, and I'm like, son got potential, but I know exactly what to say to get you right, little nigga.
Right.
Okay. I know exactly, like, son, you let me run it with you, son. Let me carve a few little things, my nigga. I can see you, son.
Because I give a lot of my adult acting like better. Like how I got better to Bats, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Especially with him directing most of Gumbo Monster's movies and whatnot, that literally like sharpened my skills. So I'm looking at this little nigga come basically dap me up.
Let me add one more part. So after that fucking play, and I'm seeing, this like, in a weird way, like the new me, you know what I mean? In a way, it's like, this the little nigga that's looking like he about to be that cat in y'all department right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he was okay in the role. I just saw a lot of potential. I ain't gonna cut corners. Like, if you got talent, I'm excited. Like, artists, especially the actors, like even from my little kindergartners that I teach at school up to motherfuckers in college, dog. Something about seeing like young talent like excite me, son. If you cold, if you beastin', I'm like, ooh, like, man, like, you know what I mean? I'm amped. Like, that shit get me amped. So I'm seeing the potential in the little nigga. All he do is yell throughout his whole performance. He yelled the whole time. But he had a great voice. He had a great look. If he stopped yelling and learned some levels, he'll be pretty freaking good, especially if you got passion for it. You hear me? So after the play, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just reach out and I'm just tell the dude, you did good. You know what I'm saying? You did pretty, I see something. Yeah. I doubt this nigga off, but apparently he feeling himself that he did amazing. He thinking in his mind he was so cold. Yeah. People are giving him props. I'm down like, man, you do a good job. So he's like, yeah, all right, cool, yeah. And he did some shit like that. Like, we closed his eyes and looked off and was dabbing everybody. Like, I'm just like some fan or something. I'm like, son, like, and I'm thinking about back in our day, we engage with anybody that approach us.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was okay, I wasn't there. So
yeah, but I'm saying that, like, and honestly, like, that's one of the things that kind of gave me anxiety at times, because I'm the type of cat, dog. I don't like all the energy coming at me at once. And oftentimes when you are the lead, all the energy is about to come at you, and it starts feeling like a performance after the play to have to be pleasant for people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not their fault. They're really trying to genuinely give you props. You know what I'm saying? So don't be a dick. You feel me? So I always knew that, even though anybody would have been a player tell you back, just won't go to the dressing room. Like, I like reading my props, or like someone, like, if you, too many props, you were great. I start going kind of crazy. So I'm like, I need to go. It's too much.
He's a fucking introvert.
I'm the other thing. I'm not even an introvert. I'm the other one, the mix. Ambivert or omnivert.
Yeah, omnivert.
Omnivert. Like that's when you like half intro, half extrovert, because I got a lot of extroverted traits, you know what I'm saying? Like I could go in a room and I know how to play the game, I just don't feel like it. That's the introvert side. I don't want to, but I can. But I can.
Like, I don't want to flip.
I don't want to. Nigga, come on, we on podcast. Anybody listen to podcasts probably wouldn't even think, damn, Bats is introverted. Yeah, motherfucker, I don't want to be around people at the time, because it's not even I don't like people, it's that I get to in my fucking head, and it's like all these energies and shit is just So like I said, like, so I'm trying to get nigga props, and I remember like, nah, nigga, there's certain fucking character that you have, there's certain grace that you have when you step off stage, and the people are trying to give you props, and this nigga was acting like he was fucking Eddie Murphy in the 80s, nigga. Like, damn, I'm looking like, nigga, like you was. I wanted to think in my mind, well, bitch, you weren't even that good. Like, I ain't gonna be fucked out. But that's what I thought in my mind when he egged me. So, nah, bruh, nigga, it ain't dog snare, son. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, bruh, like, you still in college and you already on this, my nigga. I'm already in the industry, son. And I was telling him, I was like, son, I be wanting to run it. Like, at that, because most of the people I teach, like, they're kindergartners, they're middle schoolers, they're elementary. The shit I be wanting to run with them, they're not ready for that. But college motherfucker about to come out, bruh. There's so much I can tell you and run with you, bruh. So if you being fucked up and weird and cocky and dumb with me, and I'm like, bitch, that's like I never swing my dick, Marty. I never swing my dick. No matter how much people I've seen you in this and this and this, or how much props I ever get. I got so out. I try to stay. I stay as humble as possible. I don't swing my dick, son. That nigga made me want to swing my dick on him. Like, bitch, how dare you? You heard me? Like, how? Because not from that. It's the compound that he pulled today.
So he sees.
Okay, wait, time. Just so I understand this, that whole experience there was when you saw him after this play.
That he thought he was just a shit.
He thought he was a shit.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a whole different experience. So
this is a whole different experience.
How long ago was that?
This a year ago.
This
is why Bats will throw that away.
Okay, fair enough.
I threw that away. So when I saw him again, I was like, oh, they got a little nigga again. You hear me? I'm ready to be like, again, like I was the first time.
How are you?
What's up, man? You know what I'm saying?
Like I'm gonna let it wipe the slate clean.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to hoop. You know, I'm wanting to just help. You know what I'm saying? But you, not only, it's not even just about, I think I'm all this. I'm just like, nah, nigga, I know what it takes, and I see that you lacking. Black man to black man, son. Black actor to black actor, son. Old head to little nigga, son. What you saying, Heem?
So this nigga decides to come up to me, right? And, you know, I'm doing all these things that people are seeing. I'm going to American Idol. So he's walking up. Oh, man, I heard you were at American Idol. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm thinking he's going to give my boy the same love because he's standing with me, right? Yeah. He go, oh, hey, man. Lamar.
Don't know me.
Don't know this man at all.
From Finn.
Oh, hey, man. Well, yeah.
He made, and the thing is, and he an acting nigga, so he made this big spectacle. He ain't even doing justice the show he made to greet him. You hear me? Like a show, extraness, and then like, and I think he thought he was cracking a joke, but it didn't fall right because I don't know you, son.
Yeah.
Even when we met before, I know you don't remember me because when we met before, my hair was long. It was in a ponytail, I had long hair, I had a hat, like, you know, I had it down. Once again, I don't be with all that. I'm just, you know, I'm in this bitch. So you didn't even engage with me. So I know you don't even know the experience I've had with you already.
Exactly.
You don't even know. This is a new me, different haircut, different everything. And now I'm meeting you again. And like Raheem said, like, it was exactly that, as if we know each other. So if I don't know what joke who you trying to do, and he's da-da-da. Now I'm looking like, wow, he really tried to crack that. Okay.
Son,
and then he came back with like, oh, man, what's up, man? Like, and what you about to say, Heem?
The whole thing I was thinking during the whole, like, situation, it was like, okay, son, if I'm your big brother, and this guy is standing with me, you don't know who the fuck this is.
Nigga.
Like, you don't know who this is.
I could be a bigger entity than I wherever I am now. You know what I'm saying? I could be some crazy fire director. I could be this amazing producer, nigga. I could be anybody.
Terrible first.
Dog.
Terrible.
If it was the first meeting, it's like, dude, you don't know who the fuck this is. You don't know who you just rubbed the wrong way. Especially if you were giving me props for something that I'm about to do, you know, be on national fucking television and shit. You don't know who the fuck I'm standing with.
2 questions, if I may.
2
first,
answers.
Yeah. When What's your relationship? Do you have like sort of like y'all? You have like a big brother relationship with him like prior to this?
Yeah,
sort
because
of,
this
interaction?
like Bat said, they would hire me for like just to come back to help out because they don't have as many guys as they used to. It seems like this year they have more than they
and sometimes because even before
God.
Raheem, because even before Raheem, when I first graduated for the first couple of years, they would do the same for me. They would hire me back to kind of anchor certain things like Ray would be like, man, Martin, I need you to, can you please, like, they'll pay me and everything, can you play this role? That's because sometimes even afterwards I would still be in certain dealer plays because they'll pay me and they more so the students can work with someone better than them, with professional, so they can, iron sharpen iron. You feel me?
This is a way of us helping.
You know, and up until that guy's generation, I would go back and help. Even if it wasn't being in a play, I'll go back and just help, just whatever. You feel me? Right to his generation, because I was in a play. Hands Up was right before his generation. Yeah. I was in a play, so a lot of them that's upperclassmen and that's still there saw me get on stage and do my thing. So they have this reverence and shit. And I'm not here for you to suck my dick. I'm not here for none of that, dog. I'm saying, son, as an up-and-coming black actor in the game, son.
You don't shit on anyone. You don't know him. You don't know who could do what for you.
You don't know who could do what for you. You know who is who, son. And I'm in here standing in the theater with a nigga that you know be acting, son. Like, be smarter.
A nigga that you know, quote unquote, is successful. You know what I'm saying?
I need to throw my dick on you, son.
No, it's not. It's not about throwing my dick. It's really about stating the facts at this moment. If you are dapping off a nigga that you know is successful,
yeah,
what do you think he's standing next to? Like, just like the reason why I'm just saying this because of my whole situation with American Idol. I got called from a producer from someone that I was good to in college. You see what I'm saying? Because I was good to this person. They were like, oh yeah, call Raheem. He can sing. And he would be great for your TV show. This is what this man, a producer of the television show, said to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like these things happen. This man has all kinds of accolades. Dude, you don't know where this guy's career is going. You don't know what he can do for you in your future. And then, like something me and Bats was talking about earlier, every time you graduate from that place, Ray and Clark, if you want advice on the industry, they're going to point you to him. They're going to point you to Bats.
That's what happened the past few years, dog. Like, a lot of times they do that. They'll point like some cat or whatever. I'm glad you said that. Sorry, Jay. They got this dude that they just pointed to me recently. He wants to be DP. He wants DP experience. And Clark sent them to me because he was like, I got a script. I want you to direct it. You can cast it. I just want to shoot it. You feel me? I just want experience and and I got to get back at the little dude. But like, dog, they do that a lot. They do that often. And
so when this Yahoo decides, seriously, when this Yahoo decides, who do I go talk to? And they say Martin. And he's like, who's that? And then they show him. I'm sure his dumb ass is going to go, oh.
Didn't we meet before?
Oh.
Don't I know you?
And I know my brother. He is upfront and in your face. If he talks to this little nigga, he's going to bring that up immediately. It's going to be, hey, so why you was acting fucked up with me the first couple of times I met you, son? Like, what that was about.
My son.
Explanation for yourself?
My son.
Like, I'm just asking, my nigga. Like, we just having a conversation as two black men.
Full blown, son. I will say this on record, son. If anybody that went to my alma mater that ever wants advice on acting, on career shit, just because I came from where you came from, I will always be open with advice if I can help, because I got my own schedule, I got my own shit going on, so I ain't saying I'm about to be Superman for you. I still got to call this little nigga back and figure out how I'm gonna do it with him. Right. But I'm saying, son, I'm always gonna be open and welcome, son. And anybody who ever has come to me knows this. I got so many people that can vouch. Not naming names because that's not what you do, but I'm just saying I would still help that nigga if he came years later.
I know you would,
but after I let the nigga know. Straight up.
In case you forgot, I didn't.
Because more so because it's so important in our industry. And it just reminded me how you don't realize how important who you know and who knows you is for making our careers or breaking our careers, and we're black actors, so it's harder. So you can't go around here like you cocky, like you done made it, like you done did something, like you the man, and you in a college play, and you don't even know nothing about the industry. And nah, son. And even old boy, the other one, he did it the other way, and it's made me think of us as like as black men. Oftentimes, son, we be so prideful, we be so egotistical that we don't be vulnerable with each other to ask this man for help. Or to be cool with this man. The first thing is to shield up. The first thing is, man, fuck this nigga. Man, this nigga think he all that. Man, I ain't about to be sucking this nigga thing. Because that's what the other nigga did with his vibe. They walked up. Your boy dapped you off. The other nigga acted like he didn't see either of us, as if he wasn't the little nigga in one of our plays. You feel me? And he turned around. He wasn't on our night. But bitch, you was in our play. You know who we are. And I was ready to like speak to you both. Because, nigga, that's what you do. You speak to people, son. Come on.
Weird.
He decided to be weird, pretend like he didn't see us, and turn his back and pretend like he was talking to us. Like he did talk to the girl. But that wasn't the trajectory of how they were walking. You know what I'm saying? So he gave the vibe of, I'm gonna pretend like these niggas ain't shit because I think I'm the shit, because he has the lead in the play that they're doing. So he think he hot shit right now. And then the other little nigga, he the second lead, but he always usually the lead is the nigga we talking about. And I'm like using both of them as like sample servants of, look, y'all, like any young motherfuckers out there, please heed this advice, heed this warning, son. You gonna need a motherfucker, dog. Do not let yourself be your own downfall.
Do not let yourself be your enemy.
For real.
Straight up. Don't let you stop you with your attitude. You need, this is the thing that I want to say. Yes. You need people. If you are listening, you need them. I am sick of this generation with this.
And don't that make you feel old to have to say it? That's so young.
It does.
But we're still young.
Old. But
it's like shit moved faster. It's like shit moved faster. Like we were slower generation than the one after us, and they fucked up quicker than we do. Like, you know what I mean?
It feels like that though. Every generation always is a lot quicker than the one that previously came. It's like,
and that's okay. But let me help you a little bit. You do need people, bruh. Don't get into the mode of I don't need. No, I don't. I'm the shit. I'm definitely gonna make it off of me. No, you're gonna make it off of other people helping
instilling some shit in you. What you about to say, Marty?
No, I was just gonna ask the second question. It ties in, I think. Was he aware of the temperature of the room, of the situation?
And that's another thing.
Oblivious.
Walked in oblivious, feeling himself, not even paying attention to the room.
Okay.
And even when he whooped it, like, and some of the girls giggled at his audacity. It was like some of the girls, he did it for a laugh. You know what I mean? Because he wanted class clown motherfucker. I know we all know his type. You know what I'm saying? He need the attention. He need that. We know this type, especially in the acting realm. There's many cats like that exist in the acting realm. You feel me? And once he got his laugh or whatever awkwardness he was trying to work through, because maybe he just was feeling awkward himself. Who knows? Some people let that out in that way and don't even know how to be normal. But all I know, he might have known who I was and didn't know how to approach me. So that was his way of being. That's not still you no. That's not how you do it.
It's still not
you know what I'm saying? Because either way, go whether you know me or you don't know me, dog. Like that shit don't work. That shit don't work, and it just made me go like, y'all, like,
rub people the wrong way.
Like y'all, like this game is detrimental.
We haven't built a rapport with each other. I can understand if we have a relationship.
You had no relationship.
And then you do that.
Tried to play me.
And we have a relationship though. It's cool. It's a joke.
Because we play each other all the time. It's jokes.
But if we don't have that type of relationship, you don't know.
Then afterwards, he did that, and then he kikied with the girls, and he came back and tried to redap a second or third time. And I looked at him, son, I did something I don't ever really do, son. And like they got all these posters in the back wall on all these plays from Dillon.
Literally the first row.
Like I'm like.
He's literally the
whole first row, son. Like picture, and that's what a few of them posters is pictures of your face too. So I was like, man, they got my whole wall back there, son. You know what I mean? He looked and he was like, he didn't know what to say for a second. He was like, oh, that is you. And he said in his breath, well, it still doesn't tell me who you are. I just looked at him, son, but everybody started talking because I said my name Martin, son. I said that. He pretended like he didn't hear that and walked off. And I'm like, my nigga, like, I'm not here to play this tit for tat with you, little boy. You a little boy to me, son.
Right, all the way.
You a little boy to me,
like,
son.
all the way.
That's what made me go in.
It's like, don't.
That's why I'm not going to engage in anything legitimate like anger or physical or But I'm just still looking at it like my son, like, this is where my school at right. This is where my department at right now. This is where my alma mater at right now. And I'm hoping, like, I want the next generation, like, dog, there's so many things that I wish I could tell my senior self at Dillard. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, son, I'm watching you really squander. And it's like watching a nigga drown. You want to help him, but the motherfucker is not letting you help them. And it's like, my nigga, I'm Pisces and I'm compassionate, bitch. I don't want you to fuck up.
How to trade water. He ain't like, nah, I got it. And we're watching him sink. It's like, no, that's really not how you do it.
Feel me?
I'm telling you that's not how you do it. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, son. I didn't mean to give that nigga that much energy because it wasn't even just about him for me. It just was like, I was seeing like a fucked up mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like,
yeah, a fucked up trajectory.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's like, what the hell?
Dog, because you will be this idiot probably with somebody at some wrong party. At some point. At the wrong time.
Yeah.
And niggas get blackballed out here, son.
Hard. They be looking for a reason to blackball you anyway.
Motherfuckers don't understand, dog. Nigga taught me a long time ago, dog. Like, niggas will book you based off of if they feel like being on a set with you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They got a lot of niggas that might have been talented, might have been good for the role, but if the producer, the director took in their temperature, took in their vibe, sometimes they'll judge you on a slate, not even your audition. They'll judge you on the temperature of your slate. Does that person feel or seem like somebody I feel like spending the next hours and days and weeks and sometimes years with? Do I want to be around this motherfucker? And you come around with all this fucked up energy or whatever, and they just be like, man, I don't even want to fuck with you. Like, lost the role. Lost the role.
Just that quick.
That easy. That easy, son. It's harder for us to get it. And it's like, I'm still going to reach out to a little nigga at some point in the future. You feel me? I'm going to reach out to all the men there. Because I already be running with some of the girls, and like, but women are always going to be more receptive. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? I'm going to reach out some because it's just a part of me of like, dog, like, it don't make no sense. Let's say any of us pop. All of us are Dillard influenced. Any of us pop out the blue at some point. Now I went to Dillard University. Man, if it's shit,
What you repping?
what am I repping, dog? Like, I'm even I've been like Clark been bringing up directing a play there for the longest. I just don't got the time, but I'm trying to figure out a way to make the time.
Definitely do that.
Yeah, I think that'd be dope.
You should definitely do that.
I don't know plays enough. See, that's the thing about me. I'm never gonna ever pretend like I'm something that I'm not, son. You feel me? I'm not. I don't have a play Rolodex in my head. I wish I was a person that knew plays, that read all these plays and shit. You feel me? When I came in, dog, like I came in with a lot of talent, but not a lot of knowledge on that. You feel me? Most plays I know is because I was in them, or I had to read them for the class. But like, you know, some people they just read plays and they know plays. You be like, what's nigga? And I just need the right play, son. I just know I need the right play. But yeah, man, we've been stalling for 30 minutes for J.Steel. J.Steel said he was close. Is he still in here, man? My last text says start. Why she gonna knock as soon as we start? So let's get into it. It's the Reviewing That Show.
Yeah.
We in this piece.
We in it.
As you can hear, I don't have a voice. And it's not even just from talking all this shit, just not, son. I've been teaching these churn, like this past week. This week was like my 4 days. I've been having kindergartners and third graders. And
how's that been going?
That's like every day is a performance. That's how it feels.
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, the way it's set up to teach. What's up? It's that actor guy, Mr. Bats in the building, man. Like, let him know who you is. We already been talking this shit.
This is Marty, M-A-R-T-Y Edwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Also go to lowrainpictures.com. Click on the Your30 tab where I co-host the show there with the African Observer called Your30 with Marty and the African Observer. Thank you. My dude Heem in the building.
Oh, yeah. I'm Raheem GLASPY.
That guy.
You can Google me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, see.
Damn, you gotta like it when all you got to say is that.
Check out my dude album, No More Karaoke.
Yeah, check that out. Please.
No More Karaoke on Bandcamp.
It's amazing, I swear.
It is actually, so check that out.
Feel me? So, yeah, y'all. But, yeah, dog, like, I'm teaching these churn, son. It's like every day is like a performance because, I get into it, son. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm showing them something, I'm showing it because since I want them to go full out, I go full out. So it's like I lose a lot of energy teaching. But I think you seen me teach before, son. Like,
yeah,
nigga. And yeah, my voice it was shot today. Today I was teaching and I realized, oh, voice is shot. And I thought about these old head actors that often told me, like nigga, like, you working harder than you have to. You working harder than you have to, and I'm feeling it right now.
Hey there, ma'am.
But people listening, J.Steel is into the building. Oh yeah, we recording, woman. We're definitely recording. No, oh shit, now just come take a seat. She that, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Come tell these people who you are, where they can find you and do and all that FatGirlNola.
Okay, I will.
She's doing that fucking pause thing. She's doing that fucking
Hi.
pause. I don't want to hug.
Hi, Marty.
I don't want to hug. Evil Marty doesn't want to hug. You go hug favorite Marty. Oh, we trolled you hard on side B. It ain't dropped yet, but I can't wait. We trolled you so hard. I can't wait. I ain't put it up yet. By the time people hear this is going to be up, they're going to know what we did.
I'll be like waiting for the drop now. Alright, it's cool. It's always fun to anticipate.
It wasn't that bad. I'm overhyping. But we did have a little quick mention, but I'm overhyping.
No.
But what's up, J.Steel?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm J.Steel. Hi, Marty.
Hello.
I fucking hate this girl.
Hello.
And my name on Instagram is also...
It doesn't matter what your name is. Brought back the rock, goddammit. No voice still.
But it has an underscore. It's like sprinkles on top of a cupcake. That's my Instagram name. You know, the little... Not an underscore. What is that thing? That is an underscore.
Yeah.
I am J.Steel _ I also eat a lot of food. And I like to talk about the foods that I eat. So if you want to see what foods I like to eat, go to FatGirlNola. And I like movies a lot. A whole lot. I like being in them and I like making them. So go follow Bray Films with a V, an R, and an A-I-E.
This is me not giving into her bullshit. If you guys only knew, see, you can't, of course you just hear us. But the entire time she was speaking, she just kept looking at me with this look like, I'm going to talk slowly, and I'm going to break it up.
I want to make sure they can understand what I'm saying.
Why are you looking at me, though? As if you knew you was doing something. Fucked up.
I don't know, man.
Anyway, man, we're reviewing that show. I still was not able to get our now Phantom episode back.
The demon episode.
I think there's still a way. I really do. I really think there's still.
Always.
I think there's honestly still a way. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. I went to college, yeah. At Dillard. Anyway, we were just talking about earlier how this nigga rubbed me wrong when I went to the alma mater, and I wrote that on Facebook. How this little nigga at the alma mater, bro, he blew me. When my dude Guion, shout out to Guion, said, "At McMain." I'm like, "Say, I went to that school, bro."
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, did you put that on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put a lot though. That's like what I do. I mean, if I got a feeling, I put it out there.
Put it out there.
Yeah, man. That's how I be, man.
Therapy.
It's therapy, son. And sometimes I don't even put my feelings out there, and then people just end up fighting on my wall. It's the wall of bats, bro. Like Roxy often talks shit about the wall of bats. I love you too, Roxy. Fuck you at the same time. Roxy will make a whole status. Man, if you ain't blocking Martin Bass, if you ain't muting Martin Bass' wall, you ain't doing it right. It's gonna pull you in. You're gonna find yourself in the argument. You're gonna lose your soul on Martin wall. I'm like, damn, Roxy. Don't tell people that. And when you tag me, it comes up on my wall too. So I'm like, damn. This weird disclaimer. But
Just so you know.
yeah, man, we in the Reviewing That Show, man. This is when we get up in here. You know, we review shit that we watching, that we've seen. You know, sometimes it's comic-y, sometimes it's just some black shit, sometimes it's action. Where this, like I said earlier, man, we moved a lot of shit on this episode that's gone, and I think I can get it back. So that's why I'm not trying to go bit by bit to try to catch everything that we did before. Plus, there's new information. Yeah. But I really enjoyed you guys' Predator review last time.
I almost forgot about that movie.
Oh, wow. I was like, I was thinking, now listening to everybody else's opinion on it, I am in the minority of people.
That
in terms
movie
of
was the biggest piece of fucking trash that my eyes have ever had to fucking watch.
Wow.
For 2 hours. Okay. Literally, those 2 hours of my life, I lost 2 hours of my life that I will never fucking get back.
Whoa.
And I have to live with that for the rest of my life. That I sat in that fucking chair for those 120 minutes and watched and allowed my eyes to be assaulted and raped by that fucking bullshit.
Oh.
And my son.
That movie was that
It was trash.
Dude, and the hilarious part is this. I don't know if they but son, when they reviewed it last week on the episode that got deleted, I'm gonna keep sulking over that.
Yeah.
They talked for about 30, 45 minutes about just the Predator. And I will say about 30 of those minutes is J.Steel going in that same fashion. In detail. Just specifically why she hated the movie. And Marty loved it at the time. I don't know if he still loves it. He still loves it.
I still stand by my opinion.
Yeah. So
I don't know who you are.
Dude.
I know. My status is already sketchy. My status is already sketchy. And that had my whole like praise of Black Panther in it too, didn't it?
Yeah, you finally.
I was like, I watched it like 6 times.
You had to redeem
yourself.
yourself.
And I'm talking about it like all the moments. See,
it was a very magical episode, son. Like I swear, dog. Like I didn't say anything. I didn't see the movie, so I actually got to just sit back and watch and listen to them two just run it on Predator. And I was like, it was just a wonderful thing. Anytime J.Steel could go off for that long, I'm like, oh shit, talk your shit, man. Talk your shit. But
I will stand by the.
I don't even think it's in movie theaters anymore. Like they put it in. It was there for 3 days, and then they said, "Oh shit, we fucked up. Children are dying. Puppies no longer exist. We fucked up the fucking space-time continuum. Remove the shit. It's gone. Wow. You can't see it anymore.
Wow.
So all is right with the world. Fuck that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say anything better than that. So
really upset.
Yeah, I'm like, if I ever find that episode, you will get your 45 minutes.
Oh, and refresher. The reason why I'm so salty is because that's the first movie I ever saw, like in life.
The first Predator.
The first Predator and the first Alien are the first 2 movies I ever saw. Yes, my dad was weird as fuck. He let me watch that shit when I was like 5.
Yeah.
But that was the first shit I ever saw that made me say, ooh, I think I want to make movies and shit. Fuck y'all. No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Childhood ruined.
Yeah.
Well, you can watch the old one.
It's too late.
Just rewatch the old one.
Just watching the old
It's
one.
gonna make me think of the bad things they did.
I see, exactly. I've never seen Predator.
It's a good
What?
movie.
I haven't seen any of the Predators
So
except
good.
for one of the Alien versus Predators.
Oh.
That's the only Predator I've ever seen. I mean, I respect him as a character and, you know, what he's done in movies. I've seen highlights of so much shit, but I've never seen Predator. I've never seen Alien either.
I stand again. I must ask you one more time. Watching the Predator go ape shit. Nothing?
Wait.
In the lab? In the lab.
No. You know what? I
Wait.
was cheering for him. Because it was one of those scenes. That was the only scene. But
that's not
it didn't
enough.
do anything for me. Because when I saw they were in this fucking stereotypical ass lab and he's chained up, I'm like, oh, y'all all about to die. Word. Okay, cool. That's what we're doing. They all died. Death.
But in a really cool Predator kill way.
It was like,
Was that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
it didn't redeem me. It wasn't redeeming.
And no redeemingness for the team. The team doesn't redeem
They
the
should have been
movie.
in a different movie.
But they were dope though.
They were dope, but not in this movie. It
That was the only thing.
strangest.
That's the only thing Jay did give props to, the cast. She liked the cast.
Except Olivia Munn.
Oh, yeah, you hated
Oh my
Olivia
God.
Munn.
Do not ever put her in that kind of role. No. She's beautiful, but she was, like I said in the Ghost episode, she was like watching a piece of cardboard flail in the wind.
I'm not gonna lie to you. She didn't wow me.
I'm flailing.
She's flailing right now.
Yeah.
She's flailing.
You poor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Sorry.
they didn't get the 45, but they still got a Predator review.
That was basically
Somewhat.
it.
That was it. Yeah.
That's
It
it.
was well down.
It was Jay killing it, you trying to redeem it, and her shooting down every last one of you. Come on, man.
But what about this one moment right here, man?
Now I listened after you guys went in on it and I know everything's going on. I listened to Black Man Can't Jump in Hollywood. I think they reviewed it. Am I
Oh, did
wrong?
they?
Or it might have been someone else. Somebody reviewed it. I listen to so many fucking podcasts. Somebody reviewed it, and the one redeeming factor that they gave a majority of the love to, they said homie for Moonlight was cool too, but Sterling. There was loving Sterling K. Brown.
Good, but
They say even though he was a bad guy, they made you want to almost root for him because he just was swagging that role.
And he made me laugh one time in the movie. He said, it was when the predator that you initially see in the beginning got killed and they found the body. He dropped a little line. He was like, damn, that nigga fucked up. And they were like, what? What did you say? And he's like, no.
Yeah, he did.
I'm like, what? Yeah, he was
Yeah,
Predator
right?
is that nigga, so that was kind of cool.
He just had fun chewing up all the scenery, like just being an
He
asshole.
also shouldn't have been in this piece of shit.
Oh my god! I thought the biggest regret I have about Sterling K. Brown is they clearly didn't have enough money to actually show us what happened to him.
Yeah,
You know,
he
when
just
when he bites
disappears.
it, because something happens, but everything happens. It happens in a succession with a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
But it happens so quickly, and you never go back to it to see the aftermath
It's like
of
he's
it.
there, and then
that's it. He's gone, and that's it.
I guess he's dead. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
We don't know where he ended up.
Who cares?
We also got a chance to talk on the 10 minutes of Tales from the Hood too. J.Steel didn't get a chance to talk on it, but that would be for hold. Damn, hold up.
Oh, you saw it?
Hold up, she's seen it now. Hold
Okay,
up.
cool.
Hold up.
Okay.
Let me.
Because you said we can be honest.
No,
I'm sorry.
wait.
I'm
I'm trying to put in context what I'm trying to say before y'all go. You saw it too, Raheem?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
hold.
Podcast.
Damn. Okay, hold.
Yo.
Hold up. Be cool.
I'm
See,
trying.
y'all are fucking up what I'm trying to do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do it.
We're
The
quiet.
thing that okay, when me and Marty talked about it on the Ghost episode, the thing that I loved was we were tactful and we kind of fell into getting to the quote unquote bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember it was so funny that we sat and we watched it, we stopped the tape, and then we both got this vibe. Marty don't know what I think. I can tell what Marty think, but since I'm in it, he don't want to offend me, so he don't know if he can really go in like he want to go. So he just being like, but he's saying, and I go, bro, let me tell you real, son. I ain't. As soon as I say,
Rusty, come if you ever hear this, man,
but
it's nothing against you.
no. The reason why I say we were very tactful in how we did it, and it was like I feel like anybody who would watch, who was listening, even we got to the points that I already know that J.Steel and him and one thing, Seth just ripped it an asshole on the last episode, and it was like it wasn't like this rising action that, let's say, somebody working on the film was listening could see, like, no, because we kept on going, but we felt this, oh, we have this reverence for this person, we have this reverence for this person. I love you, Darren Scott, I love you, Rusty Cundy, or like it was like it wasn't just absolute defecation. It was a nuanced conversation that we were having, and I'm mad that got lost, because then when I brought it up again, and this is Alpha Joe with a gestation period, because we didn't even get a gestation period. You feel me? We watched it, then we talked. You know what I'm saying? This is I let him see it like days before, and then when I bring it up on air and we record, I should poo, and I'm like, oh my god, no, son, you don't just hold for a second. Let's talk first. You feel me? Because I have my gripes with it as well to a degree, but I can't have the first thing said when I say, 10 minutes of Tales from the Hood, poo, in the background on the show that I'm hosting, and I'm in the bitch wanting the fucking leads. So it's like one of those things. I'm not saying y'all need to bite tongues. All I'm saying is, I don't want this conversation to start going left before I get to say everything that I just fucking said. That's it. That's it. You heard me? There's a version of this conversation that exists with, like, I wish you guys did.
The admiration was more so for the creators, for Rusty Cundiff and Darren Scott. So,
yeah.
Son,
I'm trying.
Even no. You were no. You're not trying now, Marty.
I'm not.
No,
Okay,
you were trying when you didn't know I didn't give a fuck. When you thought it might hurt my feelings, you were trying.
No, not even that. You know what? I didn't think you would care if I figured if the mic wasn't on, I was like, oh man, let me really tell you how I feel about this. But at the time, I was trying to be tactful because I'm like, well, I don't know who gonna hear this.
True that.
So I'm just like, it just out of just
that's
randomness.
That's how I feel totally, because I'm in it.
So right. So exactly. So what I'm saying, so I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not in love with what I'm seeing, but can I say I'm not in love with it? I don't know exactly how.
Marty wanted to give me a hug when I said something negative.
Like, we're gonna be
when I said some negative stuff, and Marty went,
like, okay.
oh,
all right,
okay.
Here we go.
He said we can't.
Didn't like that.
He did it first.
Because you were like, nah, man. We gotta be honest. No, I want to be honest.
Because,
I
dog,
was like, cool. I'm glad you said that.
my
All right,
whole
cool.
thing is we do a review show, whether I'm an actor or not, whether Jay's an actor or not, whether you get a film out in the game and that shit pop, Marty, and you are directing the game. Let's say we got big and we still decide to do this reviewing show. You feel me? I want to keep my credibility, dog. So I don't want you to think, oh, this nigga, if he in that bitch, or if he had anything to do with that bitch, or if his friend is in that bitch, or whatever, then he ain't gonna give it no real rating.
Right.
So that's why my whole deal is, man, like, I don't hate it. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? I got parts I don't like, but there's parts I did like. You feel me? But I also don't want our listeners to be thinking, man, he gonna be biased. And that was my whole thing on the Ghost episode of, I don't want anybody to ever think I'm biased. If it's one of our film, if it's a film that I'm in, nigga, because we gonna review Venom, good, bad, or whatever. We gonna review Venom. You feel me? I got a little role in that, and that's if let's say I trash Venom, I don't plan on it, but let's say I trash Venom, nigga, I'm pissing off Marvel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, my nigga, I'm gonna still keep it 100. That's all I want to be with it, but. Who gonna go first? What y'all saying?
I assume that you saw the first one.
First 10 minutes of Tales from the Hood 2 drop. Tales from the Hood drops October 2nd.
Oh God, that's soon.
That is
That's
really
right.
soon.
That's
I
like
can't
a week,
wait. I'm gonna
right?
get it. But I'm assuming that you had been saw the first one, right?
Yeah. Oh yes.
She
Grew up
saw
with
with me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
That was
sorry.
my
You
first
saw-
time ever
you-
seeing it.
I grew up with it.
I also grew up with it.
I always
Yeah.
heard of it. I always
Like,
heard of it.
that
but
was
I
Gonna make me
never
look
seen
like
it.
a mod.
Welcome to hell.
Shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
Oh yeah. So
yeah, there you go.
I've been
Okay,
looking for Tales from the Hood 2 forever. Forever. So
Yeah.
when Bats comes over to my house, he's like, oh, I got this audition for this movie. And I'm like, what movie? You know what I'm saying? What movie? Because I'm just expecting him just to say something. I don't know, you know. He has so many auditions. I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever. So what movie? He goes, oh yeah, Tales from the Hood 2. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like, seriously? He's like, what? I've never seen it. You never what? Son, no, you have to see this movie. You are kind of like an activist. This movie was like, what? You have to see this,
Yeah.
especially since you're auditioning for it. So skipping forward.
Okay.
He auditioned for it. He got it. He was in it. I was happy for him. This 10 minutes that I saw.
Because I still like the trailer.
I loved
The trailer was dope.
The trailer was
Ish,
really
It
dope.
was good.
I won't go so hard because it was only 10 minutes of it. So I would
That's a disclaimer that I keep throwing.
I would like to see
10
the
minutes
rest of the movie before I give my full opinion. But the opinion that I have on the 10 minutes, I was not satisfied. It wasn't the dark that I was looking for.
It was not. It didn't have the same tone. So I watched.
Yeah.
I watched the 10 minutes and I was like in and out of sleep, kind of. But I remember like waking up and going back and rewinding and being like, this is. I'm struggling because, like he said, I don't want to disrespect the film.
Yeah.
Other creators, but honestly, the 10 minutes I saw, the tone felt like Goosebumps.
Are
It
you
felt
afraid of the
very
dark?
I said, are you afraid
Nickelodeon,
of the
very
dark?
Goosebumps.
Are you
Like
afraid
from
of
the
the
acting
dark?
to even like the way it was lit to the way it was shot, like everything.
Yeah, that's exactly what Bats said on the other
Like,
podcast. Like on
it
Fly
just
with
didn't
Bats. That's what he
fit.
said.
I told you.
That's what it feels
Marty said it on the
I was
Ghost
so-
episode
The
too.
way
Yeah,
it was
I was
written,
talking about
like
how it was
all
shot
of
and
that.
how it was shot.
It
See,
doesn't
the-
look visually. It doesn't fit the aesthetic of the
Because
gritty.
the original one was literally parallel with Tales from the
Crypt.
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It was
so
like
it was dark.
It was dark.
You know what I mean? And then I was a huge Tales from the Crypt fan. You know, I
Yeah,
watched a lot of their
shouldn't be
movies.
at the time, right?
Demon
Shouldn't
Knight.
have been watching it.
No, I
yeah.
mean, shouldn't
have been watching it.
Not at
but
all.
watched it.
But
yes,
Demon Knight
definitely.
was such a good Tales from the Crypt movie. And then not long after that, Tales from the Hood comes. And then it gives you that same dark, like you are afraid that something is going to kill you in your
Right.
house.
Exactly.
Now, I
You know
will
what I
say,
mean?
I will say this about Tales from the Hood 1, especially since I've watched it recently versus people who grew up with it.
Right.
There's some camp in Tales from the Hood 1.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
there's comedy
Yeah.
in Tales from the Hood 1 too.
Absolutely.
But it's not to the degree that we saw in those first 10 minutes, and that's what I think. It's like you just said, J.Steel, it was a very it was a very distinct tonal shift.
Yeah.
It just felt different.
And I'm wondering if that was intentional. You know what I mean?
That's what I wondered.
And I would, like I said, I want to see the whole movie just to give my full opinion, but I'm wondering if that was intentional or was it just for that story, since there are different stories.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just for that particular story. Who knows?
But it wasn't even just a story because it starts from the top, man.
Yeah,
That Mike Pence motherfucker
say.
was too much for me.
Everybody felt like a
he
caricature, and it just was, which they should, but like y'all said, it just wasn't gritty and dark enough. I feel like even in the beginning of the first one, you still get kind of like that ominous sort of undertone, and I'm not getting that vibe here. Like, I feel like I could watch this with my kid, you know?
Yeah, and the first one I wouldn't necessarily.
Right, but it's the first 10 minutes, so I'm hoping, knowing what I know or assume about, you know, the rest of the movie, then maybe it'll get darker, because some of the things that happen in the rest of it are pretty fucked up. So
pretty gritty from what I know.
Maybe it gets worse. Maybe, you know, but worse in a good way. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait.
What you saying, Marty?
I echo everything almost exactly to what you all, you Raheem and J.Steel have said. I want to say I said some of that stuff in the first one, but the thing that I, like I said before, I'm a big fan of Rusty Cundy, big fan of Fear the Black Cat, love Sprung. Grew up on that one as well. Adina, nigga. I love that. I'm a fan of his. So it's still in his hands. It's like the thing that would make me nervous, almost like okay, so say if I didn't know, like if you didn't have any attachment to it, and I just sort of stumbled upon all this on my own, and I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't do like a background check of anything, right? Mm-hmm. But and I just saw those first 10 minutes. I would think that it's probably not the same directors. Like without knowing that, like knowing it now, it's like it gives me a little bit of faith, hoping that, you know, because tones shift, and we only got 10 minutes. It's a very small snippet of like 3 or 4 stories that are gonna unfold, right?
Yeah, it's 4 stories.
4 stories. So yeah. So I mean,
and I hear what you're saying about my feeling like it's a different direction. Like this thing, like if it didn't have the name Tales from the Hood attached to it, it wouldn't have gotten made for one, because that's what got the money, that brand. But it also wouldn't come with those same expectations that we have.
Right.
Niggas would probably be taking in these 10 minutes much differently if we didn't have the baggage of expectation and, you know, what we already know or what we already thought.
Because the fans of the first one have been waiting on a second one for years.
Yeah.
So
and it always felt like something you could, I don't like, and the measure of success of us being able to quote it or whatever, and us and 10 other folks doesn't necessarily mean it made the money in the box office. It made the money.
It became a cult classic. That's what happened with Tales. It became a cult classic.
But it's damn, forgot my point.
You said the money in the box office
is
you said it didn't make that much money in the box office, or whether it did or not. It don't matter. It didn't matter what, but it did become a cult classic, and it grew in numbers. It grew in numbers, and like I said, people are crazy fans for it. And that's another thing too. I remember reading after they debuted it at Fantasia Festival. I remember reading like maybe 2 bad reviews and like 3 really good reviews. You feel me?
Oh, there were reviews out for it?
There's reviews up for it from only the people who saw it at Fantasia Film Festival. It was like 3 good ones, 1 mediocre one, and 1 that just like shitted on it. You know what I'm saying? And like judging from what I read in the 3 good ones, that first story was the one that got the least attention anyway. Okay. From what the people were talking about. Like funny enough, they bigged up the story I'm in, and the biggest story is the last one that I could talk about, the Emmett Till shit. Like that everybody, like that one got the much reverence, the much love. That's the one I can't. Of course, I want to see the one I'm in. I'm kind of nervous about seeing that just because, you know, actor sensitivity. But I really want to see that one dealing with whatever. Because I don't know the story. They didn't give us the whole script. They gave us our story. So I don't know anything past that story that with the first story we saw, the two girls, they trying to get this doll, and you know what I mean, things don't go well for them. And I do like that old head man in that one. Like, I like the old man.
He's good.
You feel me? As soon as he came on, I was like, okay, I like your presence. You're preaching, but I like your presence. And I feel like you're preaching for a reason. I feel like I said, some of the, like, if this was a brand that was meant to do camp, it did camp pretty well to a degree. But they didn't go all the way into the camp to make me feel like it was purposeful camp. Because if the purpose was, let's make these girls so over the top that when they die, it's satisfactory. And let's make this guy like so overbearing with his facts that you think not to take him seriously, but you should have. You know what I mean? It's like unanswered questions. Like, and truthfully, so we only saw 3 minutes of that story. We saw most of our minutes dealing with fake ass Mike Pence and Keith David having to fill the shoes of fill the shoes of Clarence Thomas, or I always fuck up his name.
I think it is Clarence.
Clarence Thomas III, Clarence Jones III.
Oh, old boy from the first one.
Yeah. And I don't know if I spoke on it on the Ghost episode, on our last episode. It's weird to get callbacks from him for a character that he didn't originally play. Like when he does the shit line, that shit is related to the original Devil. So when you do it, it don't hit me with the same hit as it would hit coming from, because the shit, Sir Clarence made that whole the shit famous. He made it. Oh, the shit. The shit. If he was able to come back and he was to even do that one line, that would have hit me more than. This is no slight against Keith David. You know what I'm saying? It's just the level of like you're filling in a role and they're giving you in jokes that's not yours to tell.
Yeah, true.
It's here for you to tell your own, create your own jokes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And most likely you will as this thing progresses. But I'm so in love with Keith David, bro. So it's hard for me to say anything negative about Keith David or anything he's attached to. Because that boy, Alpha Joe, the other one was like, man, Keith David, what you just try to get a check. I'm like, Joe, stop. Keith David and Samuel L. Jackson do anything to get it done, do anything for the right check. I'm like, no, Joe. Make me think of them cats do something at the top. Like, no, sir, shit you don't say. What do you mean?
Oh, wow.
But we shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I mean, it's coming out soon, too. So I mean,
next week, dog.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm pretty excited.
I want to
as well.
just see it now at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm tired of all of this build up and whatnot.
I'm scared.
Really?
Oh,
don't be scared.
I'm scared.
It's okay.
Anybody listening, when y'all see it, send us, write us in at reviewingdat@gmail.com, because I really want to know what y'all think. I mean, I'm actually in this one. There's people that's listening to my voice right now. I understand we all get too lazy to be like emailing and shit, but please, anybody out there that sees this movie, take the time out and throw us an email. I want to know what y'all guys see, because I already said that I'm going to review that. We're going to review this movie and reviewing that completely objectively, and I'm just not going to judge my episode. And we're going to go from there.
Okay.
I'm just going to give it, like I told this to Marty before, I'm going to give behind the scenes information on things that happened in my episode, but I'm not going to judge it yay or nay, one way or the other.
Okay.
Right. Sounds fair.
So moving on, did you get a chance to see White Boy Rick?
Oh shit, no, I didn't. And I meant to too. I found like a decent stream, and I was like, I'm gonna come back to this, and I didn't go back to it.
White Boy Rick.
Yeah, tell me. Okay, yeah, you're gonna do it. Yeah.
It's the MGK of hood black films.
MGK, the machine gun.
And
wow.
I don't want you to exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want you to take this lightly, because I say that in all of the entirety of me saying Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly has sold millions of records. Machine Gun Kelly is pretty successful if you look at his stats. He's not as he got more well respected when he punched Eminem in the mouth with this back and forth diss situation, and I want to count that too. They had a lot of good things in White Boy Rick, but it felt like it was trying to be a black hood story.
It definitely was.
With a white boy in it. But it was based off a true story. This was his man's life. So I can't hate on it like, oh, these white people doing this again. No, it was a true story. But it really felt like a hood black story. So I felt like I was watching Paid Full with a white boy. And it had moments in it that I really liked, and moments in it I was like, wait, huh? And times in it I was like, wait, where's this going? I don't know what's happening. Why are you showing me this scene? Like, what's going on? So to set the stage, dog, like, Matthew McConaughey was great in it.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
He was great.
He played White Boy Rick's dad.
And his name was Rick too, so he technically was White Boy Rick.
He was White Boy Rick, but he played, and Matthew McConaughey is a fine ass, beautiful ass white man. And he completely disappeared into that. No, he disappeared into that role. I applaud him. He did that shit.
Son grew the gut.
Yeah.
Son had the gray hair. Son looked ugly.
He was bad.
Matt looked ugly. And like she said, this man, I think he won World Sexiest at least once or twice. So it was like, but he like, I love back in Matt McConaughey. Because, front end Matt McConaughey is, 50 First Dates, what the fuck he got big on. And, you know what I mean? But then he had kids. He took that break from acting, and then he started coming back in the indie roles and he actually admitted himself. He said, that's why I started caring about acting again, because he relied on his looks. And he even said himself, sometimes he wouldn't even always read the script. So he was just like winging a lot of shit off his charisma. And when he had his kids, they kind of grounded him and made him like take the craft seriously. And look what we get. You know what I mean? Look at the back end of Matthew McConaughey's career. He was a joke in the 90s.
He was.
I need people to remember that. People often forget it because he's nowhere near a joke now.
I remember it. Even though I was like 2. I remember it. I definitely remember it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So, it like, he was amazing. Honestly, majority of the acting was really good. Paperboy was in it. Brian Tyree. Yeah. But, it just was... It's one of those movies, I liked it, and I know something's wrong with it.
Oh, okay.
Something is wrong with it.
But I can't put my finger on what's wrong with it, and I know if I go read, and usually I read all these reviews after I see movies. Like, right. I'm this person that when I see a movie, good, bad, indifferent, whatever it is, I go research, I go find out everything there is to find out about the movie and the background and the which kind of helps me sometimes inform some of my own thoughts. Sometimes I read a review and I'm like, it'll be like, that is exactly what I was feeling. I couldn't put into words. So I know something's wrong with this movie, but I don't know what it is yet. I can't put into words at the moment. And I probably want to see it again. Because at times when I was watching it, I did get taken out like, whatever, what the fuck? And at times in the movie, I was like, yup, that's how that should have happened. Oh, yup, that makes sense. Oh, whoa. Or, yeah. And then it's a depressing ending. Like, at one point, it just gets depressing. Like,
yeah, it's one of those movies that for me, like, I had to keep reminding myself that it was a glimpse into someone's actual life. So there were points for me where I felt like it really wasn't. Like, I was like, wait, where is this going? And I'm like, oh, that's right. It may not necessarily pay off how we think because this is actual events. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, man. Like, and just to paint some picture, dog. See, this little dude here, Matthew McConaughey sold guns illegally. You feel me? He had a license to sell, but he would manufacture and add things to the guns, like silencers and shit, and sell that shit out on the side and stuff, and to like a lot of the black gangs and shit. That's how niggas knew this little nigga. And basically the cops grabbed him. The cops were trying to find out who is like the king, trying to bring down the black kingpin in the hood. And they knew that White Boy Rick's dad sold guns illegally to niggas in the hood. So they didn't really want Matthew McConaughey, but they wanted him to lead them into being their snitch to get these niggas. And Matthew McConaughey was like, fuck that shit. So they got his son. They got his son on the level of, well, nigga, if you don't do it, we gonna put your dad in jail. You feel me? And so he like, fuck. Okay, and the thing is, he wasn't all out snitching, but it was like it was informing. It's still snitching. It was like some slick shit. Yeah. And the FBI set him up to be a drug dealer. So he could get in good enough with these people that he already kind of knew, because one of them was like one of his partners. There's some really good actors. I keep saying there's some acting good in the movie. But like, yeah, so they front him and teach him the game, start him up to be a drug dealer, the FBI, just so he can inform. And events happen, you dig, and I don't want to spoil it, but events happen, and he get out of the game or whatnot. But then in a weird way, the FBI kind of pulled him back in, and then backwards try to lick him for the shit. As if they didn't start him, and the little boy is 14. You start a 14-year-old dealing drugs, you feel me? Teach him how to deal, give him the materials to deal, so he can make as much money as he wants as long as he tells them little info that they need at times. And then even if he get out, my son, like, y'all just left this man in the wind. So when he starts up again at 16, And then it's so much fucked up shit happened. And then we'd be like, damn, it was based on a true story. It's like, and it makes you feel how some of those movies feel, that the black stories that be this shit. You know what I mean? You'd be like, damn, that happened to you. It was almost like, it came close to make me feel like, you know how the end of Blow or Goodfellas, because, you know, it's a true stories as well. But it didn't have the gravitas of a Blow or a Goodfellas. It was like I said, it was like the MGK. Like, if it was I don't want to say Eminem, because that's like saying it's the coolest white boy. No, 8 Mile is the 8 Mile starring Eminem is probably the best hood story with a white boy lead, honestly. You know what I mean? When I really think about it, that's the Eminem. 8 Mile is the Eminem of black hood stories. But like, this one felt like a black hood story just with a white boy. And it was interesting. Like, it's not necessarily a pay your 15 or pay your 20. But it's a definite, if that bitch come on Netflix, watch that whole, you will not be entertained.
It's very entertaining. It's a very interesting movie. Young boy actually had a really intense life. All before what, 17?
Before 17.
Like, yeah.
Before 17.
Yeah, man, all kinds of fucked up.
Bruh, in the head.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
what I'm talking about.
And son, like, the biggest thing that I want to talk about ultimately as far as the movie, and I know we the spoiler podcast, but I want y'all to see that motherfucker for yourself without me spoiling that shit, unless y'all be like, spoil that shit for me. So I didn't hear that. So anyway.
I'm intrigued now, yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing that I want to spoil you can't be Googled, because it's based on a true story. You know what I'm saying?
Can't be Googled?
Yeah, the thing, because it's one of the most tragic things to me. But, you know, it's not like, you know, but if you haven't Googled it, if you decide not to Google it, then you wouldn't know this. So, you know, I'm going to let you keep your little suspense for whatever you do see the movie. But that ending, like, really fucked with me. Like, it just really fucked with me. It was like, it was fucked up. But yeah, White Boy Rick, that's what that was. What else, man? Let me see what I got on my list to start. Did you see the Creed trailer?
No.
Is there a new one?
Creed 2 trailer.
No.
There's a second one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen this one. This is the newest one. It just dropped.
Okay.
Let's,
I don't know.
well, I haven't watched this one. We've been watching it with my wife. I'm so tired of pop-ups and advertisements.
Oh no!
Don't you want to play this game where you fire this gun and
Don't
shit
you want to do
blows
this?
up? Boom, baby.
I don't want to do that.
If we don't do what we love, then we wouldn't exist.
It's time, kid.
It's like nothing really matters to him right now, including me.
You gotta think real hard about this. You got people that need you now.
I'm taking the fight.
Victor Drago, son of Ivan Drago, who infamously killed Apollo Creed, appeared today to issue a challenge to Adonis Creed.
Don't do this.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands. That kid was raised in hate. It's dangerous. He broke things in me that ain't never been fixed. It ain't worth it.
It's not just us anymore, Dick.
I want to rewrite history.
If you want to fight this man, that's your business.
Damn.
But don't pretend this is about your father.
This here is all about my wife, my kids, the life that I live. Through the night, I was his, it was right what I did. My ups and downs, my slips, my falls, my trials and tribulations, my heart, my walls. This won't be the end of me. Or you. It can't be, because we're a team.
Now you know what you're fighting for.
Round after round, you learn more about yourself. And when I stepped in that ring,
about me.
How y'all feeling?
Oh, that's a big old dude.
That's a big boy.
Because Michael B. big.
Exactly.
You hear me? Michael B. big. He made Michael B. look small.
That is a big old dude.
That's a big
Michael's gay.
Bruh.
This trailer made me hate the original, or at least the first one.
I've never seen the original.
Okay, don't watch it then.
Wait, hold up. You never saw Creed 1?
No.
Creed 1 is great.
Oh, no.
He's talking about the original. He's talking about the first Creed 2 trailer.
Yeah.
He didn't like the first Creed 2 trailer.
Because the first
Because pause. Creed 1 is amazing. I love that movie. That movie made me fuck with Michael B. on some shit. You know what? I'm lying. No, wait. No. Sorry. I got to put this on record note. Chronicle made me fuck with Michael B.
Okay,
when I first saw Chronicles, when I saw that he was going to be a star. Like, it was like, cause at that time, I remember, I don't know who I went with. I was like, that nigga gonna blow up. Just, he was so charming and so magnetic on that. And that movie was great, you know, in itself. But Michael B. Jordan stood out in that movie. And from that point, I knew he was gonna be a star. I don't agree with everything he do all the time necessarily. I'm not always a fan. But I remember seeing Creed and being like, oh shit, he wrecked that bitch.
He's amazing.
What you about to say, my nigga? You saying to her about this trailer?
The first trailer the first trailer that came out seemed to take place after the fight, and it sort of gave you a light into what was going to happen, so much so that I was like, oh, they've got to have two fights, because you very clearly tell me what happens in this one fight. I'm like, so I'm like, there's got to be a second one, and then when you watch this trailer, it's like, nope, there's one fight.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what's gonna happen.
The first trailer has basically told you what's gonna happen.
Oh well,
it's like
I'm glad I did see the first trailer.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I didn't see it either.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it because you see nothing of what you saw in that first trailer, and if they showed you what you saw in the first trailer in this, it's the whole movie. You don't know the actual fight, but you know the outcome based off of what they show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. This should have been the one and only trailer, or scrape the first one. I don't like that. I'm not happy. No. But I'm still gonna go. Just feel like I got a lot of the movie already.
Right.
What you saying, Steel?
I'm definitely gonna go see it. I need to watch the first one, but I mean, it seems like a really interesting film, and Sylvester Stallone is 105 years old, and he still looks like he's about 60 something. So that's awesome. But seriously, this movie looks really good. But I don't have too much to say because I really want to see the first one.
The first one is Michael B. Jordan toughness done right.
Yeah.
Versus for me, Killmonger is Michael B. Jordan toughness. I mean, a lot of people love. It put on. Yeah. And I like Killmonger, but like if you ever heard me say anything about Black Panther that was negative, it was Killmonger felt put on for that actor. He did amazing with the role, but it didn't feel as natural as some things for him. Creed Part 1. He's playing, and Felicia Rashad. Oh my God, I love her.
Oh yeah, Felicia Rashad, Tessa Thompson. Oh my God. Both of them.
So, Felicia Rashad's his mama, and real technically that's his stepmama, really, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But and he rich, he privileged. He doing these. No, he privileged. He don't have to fight.
All right. So, are we not?
No, I'm not gonna spoil Creed. No, I'm not going. No, I'm not running Creed. But what I'm saying is,
you're right though. You're right.
He comes from privilege. Mm-hmm. He ain't like, you know what I mean? Like Killmonger rubs me as, this Michael B from the hood. Shit, I will never believe that you like from the hood, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even though you did amazing in Fruitvale. I'll give you props on Fruitvale, but there's one or two scenes in Fruitvale that made me go, nigga, you ain't the tough guy.
I Fruitvale. I need to rewatch.
You're the tough guy to me, dog. You seem like Michael B is like today's Will Smith. He seems like the coolest motherfucker in the world. So when he plays bad guys or when he plays tough, it got to rock a certain way for me to fully be on board, and that might just be me personally. But in Creed, since he was a rich boy trying to prove something because his dad died, he didn't grow up with him. That toughness
Every
and that
note plays perfectly.
Yeah, so I'm saying the notes play right. His toughness is because he's a trained boxer, and of course you have a toughness on you if you're a trained boxer, but he's trained on some rich shit. So even when you go around the hood boxers, it's like, nigga, you ain't no real boxer. You know what I mean? So
he doesn't know what he's gonna eat tomorrow. What are you?
What you do? Right? You come around niggas that's hungry, bitch. You rich. Niggas telling him that in the movie. Bitch, you rich, what you coming around hungry niggas for? So like when you see him trying to prove something, it all works. It's like Killmonger done right. It's like I like him more as Creed than as Killmonger.
Yeah, I could see that just from
I really do.
Clips, I could see that.
I really do. And Killmonger is gonna probably be a more classic role for him, but Creed and Killmonger gonna both be. Which is
I would like to throw Ryan Coogler in there. Him and Ryan Coogler are the perfect match.
They are.
That's when I start fucking with them. Yeah,
they are.
It's just like you can't if you can't miss when they're together. I was a little nervous.
Coogler didn't direct this one though, right?
No,
Coogler didn't direct Creed 2.
He didn't.
He's direct Creed 2?
Nah, he's in like pre-production.
He was He was working on something else. He was on Black Panther. Yeah, he couldn't do both.
And I think he had. Never mind. I don't know for sure. I feel like he had a hand in the Wakandan stuff that took place in Avengers. Like he kind of.
Oh, you think he's up with Avengers 4?
Because
3.
Oh yeah, because James Gunn, before he got kicked out, he helped out with the Guardians portion.
Oh, so you saying each director probably came back for their portions?
For their portion to kind of help out, just to make sure it's authentic.
That
makes
sense.
I mean, so.
How you feel about the trailer? I'm here, my nigga.
First, I just want to say, I'm glad that I didn't see the first trailer. I'm really happy about that. Yeah. From what you're saying, Marty, I'm very happy I didn't see the first trailer because that would have blew the shit out of me.
Yeah. Knowing the movie, right?
Yeah, but this trailer that I saw just now definitely makes me want to go see this movie. Absolutely, because I definitely want to see Michael B. Jordan take because Michael B. Jordan is not a small guy.
Nah.
I want to see him take on this big ass dude.
Yeah, right.
Like that was scary looking. Like I am scared for him. Like that was a big ass dude.
And also, this is the story that I would want next.
Exactly.
You
He's in the game now. Come from the guy. Come for the guy's son who
killed his dad. I mean, his dad killed his dad. Like
what?
On some story poetry, son. It's like, yeah, I do want to see the story go in this direction, and I like the wrinkle of he as a kid now.
Yes.
And that adds another element of, man, you a boxer, and you have a kid, and any time you could really be put down.
You could really be put down.
So it adds another element of drama. It's like everything about the second trailer, like you said, Marty, like sold it in a way that brought the stakes.
And that's all you really needed. I don't even understand the purpose now. If you were gonna release this, I really don't understand the purpose because, I don't know. I was a huge fan of the first movie. I didn't know that because I was so against it. I was just kind of like, whatever, man. Oh, they're just trying to squeeze this bad boy dry. I'm like, who cares? But Ryan Coogler really had an idea, really had a vision, and it was. I don't want to oversell it for you, J.Steel, because I feel like you're gonna watch it, and I don't want to oversell it. And
but we don't want oversell. It's not that great as over yet, not planning of the world.
But it caught me by the
really good
cool
movie.
thing about it is it caught me by surprise, and I think
me too.
And that's the unfortunate thing for you. It's not gonna catch you by surprise. Yeah. But I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know it was gonna be this good. So having that element too as well. It's I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna watch both trailers. I'm just like I'm gonna watch both of them. Why would you do this to me?
I think the first trailer came out when, honestly, son, like as much as I like Creed, when the first trailer came out, I didn't give a fuck. I remember,
the first movie,
the first trailer. No, the first trailer for Creed 2 dropped,
right?
And it's like I didn't have an excitement to see a Creed 2. I just really like Creed 1.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? And even though I'm a movie buff, so I've been watching all the development. I knew the story of Creed 2 was going to be Drago's son. I knew that. Yeah. But even when the trailer dropped, I looked at it and I was like, And I think other things was happening. It might have dropped when more exciting things were happening than that for me. And I was like, But I'm so glad I watched this one, man, because now that gave me my excitement.
Yeah, I definitely overlooked it too. Like, I heard about it, but I was like, nah, I'm not. And then, like I said, I haven't seen the first one, so I really was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's what's up. But that's cool.
So it's even less for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you're coming. I still think you're coming in at a good time. Because I don't think you really need a lot of. You don't even really need to know what happened in the first movie to take in everything that you just saw
that's
here.
what it seems like.
Especially,
I have a question.
What's up?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
So had y'all seen the Rockies before?
I've seen all the Rockies.
I've seen all of them
the
except the
Rockies.
one where he came back and was trying to fight and he was all old and shit.
Right, that was a good one.
Really?
Rocky Balboa was good.
Yeah.
The only
I didn't
bad
see that
Rocky
one.
is the one that ends with him fighting in the street with this random nigga.
What?
Oh my god, because he lost.
What was that late?
He lost all his
85,
fucking
that's
money.
5.
Rocky lost all his fucking
And
money.
then he
Are you sure it's not
started
Ford?
training Tommy Gunn.
Yeah,
No,
he started
that's
training
right.
Tommy Gunn.
That was the last one before
He came back in the new millennium
In
with
the
the
new millennium,
with the
right, yeah.
Roxy.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that was
so
fine.
that one was nah. That was a bad one.
It was awful.
Oh wow.
That was bad.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing though, because I
I don't remember that one.
I was introduced to it as a kid.
Yeah.
And when you watch things with that kid filter, man,
Yeah.
it's like, it's Rocky and he's fighting in the streets and they're playing hip hop music. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it sort of takes apart they go through Rocky's kid sort of like going through school and having to sort of beat up a bully and that whole process and that shit. And it was just like, okay, well, yeah, this is kind of to some extent geared towards kid. This is you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have a different love for it, but going back and watching it as an adult.
See, I jumped
Not the
on. See, well, Rockies came like a couple of Rockies came out before we were born. I think. You know what I mean? When was the first Rocky? I might have been like very little, if anything.
I don't know.
Before I was born. 80 before I was born.
Yeah,
so I saw the Rockies when I was older. Like
Me too.
not like seeing Tales from the Hood style late.
Oh.
but like
it was definitely before. The first Rocky came out in 76.
oh god, right, oh my
shit,
god.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God.
76.
Wow. Okay,
So
fair
at
enough.
some point, I think when did the one come out for the new millennium? When did that one come out?
That
What
was
year?
In the 90s.
Or like the early 2000s, probably like 03 or
the
something.
new millennium one.
Yeah.
Like 2005 or 6.
That's
was
when I
around
saw
there.
all my Rockies.
That's when you saw all of them?
Because I saw that one. Because I said, growing up, you've seen a lot of pieces of a lot of movies because so many movies came on TV so much. You feel me?
That's
So
so
even with Predator, I saw pieces of Predator, but
Yeah.
there's so many movies that I've never seen straight through top to bottom, even though they
Right,
might have been
right.
on USA or TNT or whatever the fuck movies coming up. So I remember, I think I just happened to watch that when it came out in 05, and I loved it. But I knew I wasn't getting certain in jokes, and I hate not getting in jokes. That's why anybody that knows me knows if I'm gonna start you on something, we go to the beginning.
Yeah.
I want you to know. I don't want to start you in season 4 for sure. I'll go back and watch that first episode with you, baby. Let's go. You hear me? Because I want you to know when you get to season 4 why this is funny, why I'm chuckling at that, etc., etc. So I'm watching that one, and I'm like, I know I'm missing something, bitch. Fuck this. And I watched them all top to bottom, dog. And that one with Tommy Gunn was the one that didn't match. One of these things is not like the others, and they kind of started getting worse anyway. But that one was just, come on, Rocky. You went from being this inspirational hero and this amazing story to you're fighting a nigga that's not fighting a nigga in the street in the movie. You ain't even in the ring. You had to sneak this nigga in the street.
Street fight.
That shit was whack.
Yeah.
was
I
whack,
can't.
man.
It's
Rocky deserved better.
I can't argue against that. I can't make
Rocky deserved better, dog. Because 1 and 2, nigga, that's a 1-2 punch.
Man.
Yeah,
No
1 and
punch.
2 are classic.
You know what I mean?
Definitely classics.
Yeah, definitely.
I get 3 and 4 mixed up at times. Like I kind of mix them up, so I don't know which one is which.
Yes,
but I know 5.
I think I'm like, okay, because I know. So Drago or Drogo, was it Drago?
Drago was in 2.
Drago was 4. No, because Drago was the last match before. Drago was the last good one.
Oh no, let me get my fights
technically,
right.
So
Apollo was 1.
yeah,
Who was 2?
Apollo again.
Yep, that's when
Apollo was the win.
Yep, that's when he
Apollo
won.
was the lost the first one.
Damn, I got these bitches all fucked up. Damn, I got 1 and 2 as one movie. 1 and 2.
I know. Until you go back and actually
bruh.
For a while as a kid, I did that too.
1
I
and
didn't
2
realize
is one movie.
That's
man.
actually
That's 2 different movies.
That's 2 different
That's why when I say
movies,
1 and 2 is a 1-2 punch. That's what I meant. So it's really 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 3 and 4 together. Cause you said 4 is Drago.
4 is Drago.
So what happens in 3?
Mr. T.
I got it mixed up in my head. I got 1 and 2 in one movie. Drago is 3. T is 4. I don't know why. And it did 3 and 4 mix and match to make sense. But I'm good now. I still like the first 4. I still like the first 4.
Yeah, see, I dig the first 4 and 3. Like once Apollo and Rocky became friends. Like that's when it became like the shit to me.
Yeah.
When he took them out to L.A. or whatever, they were like racing on the beach. It's like I just don't have it anymore.
It's so 80s, so 70s,
Yeah, so
80s.
80s.
So many of those montages and the music, but I loved it, dog.
Yeah, me too.
But Transformers fans, any of them in here? Transformers, anyone? Not the movies necessarily by Michael Bay, even though I like part 1.
That's part 1 is the only one that exists.
And I think part 1 and part 4, how many of them are there? Because 2 sucked.
5 now.
2 sucked. I didn't see one of them, and then I saw another one of the later ones. I was like, you know what, this doesn't suck.
Wasn't Mark Wahlberg in one?
Yeah, he picked
2.
up the new generation.
Oh, God.
I think it's 4 that I like. I don't think I saw 5 or 3.
I saw 1 and 2.
I think I saw
and
1, 2,
stopped.
4. And I think I liked 1, hated 2, didn't bother with 3, liked 4, didn't bother with 5.
I can't believe there's this many now.
I've seen
That's
them all.
all you need to see.
One of them ends because they got like fairy space dust or something, and
Whatever.
That's the second one.
I hated the second one. And it had
So-
racist cars.
Yeah, that was
They
the one
did have
everybody
racist-
hated.
Wait, which one was that?
Part
That
2.
was the second one. So remember
I
when
remember
the
that
writer's
one.
strike happened?
Yep.
And then these movies were still coming out, but they were like, they're only half finished, so we gotta finish them while they're in production.
Yeah.
And it was like, we're gonna blame it on that. and
No.
like,
You had racist cars,
They did
bro.
have racist cars with gold teeth.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Saying,
What?
talking
Nigga.
jive and
Son,
shit.
nigga, listen to this girl.
It
Yeah.
basically said nigga.
They ain't never say nigga, but they was niggas.
Fuck that. Those cars said nigga.
And see, that's why I didn't even watch this.
One of them had a gold tooth. That shit was just too much. I'm like, why'd you think this was the move, Mike? Bay?
It was super racist.
He couldn't. I still have no excuse. I remember I worked at a movie theater and I used to get on a day. I used to hate when this dude was at work because he would always want to debate on. So why you think those cars are racist? I mean, they were. How you gonna say that they were black? Huh? They don't have any colors of racist. I'm like, oh.
They may beat you up.
It was a daily fucking like conversation. It just got to the point where I was just like, I really don't give a shit anymore. They're not racist. I really don't want to have this conversation any fucking more.
Well,
But
the movies for a lot of people ruined the franchise.
Oh yeah, they did.
I think
Even though we all grew up on Transformers. I grew up as a kid on the cars. I loved Transformers. When they said they was making a movie, I was all on board. I still remember the old school movie that Optimus Prime died at the end. It was like, oh my fucking God, they killed Optimus Prime in the movie. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I used to watch that cartoon.
Yes. It was a couple cartoons. At the old one, we were really little. Really, the real cartoon we probably watched the syndication because I remember the old school one.
Be, yeah.
But then sometime in the 90s, they made another one. You feel me?
That was still good though.
Yeah, it was.
Decent. I think the first movie was cool. Everybody dug that one.
Yeah.
Second one, unfortunately, for whatever reason, was awful.
Mm-hmm.
But the third one, unfortunately, didn't have enough goodwill, I guess. I think it made enough money to make its money back. It was profitable. I mean,
profitable. They got the 5, bitch.
Huh? Wait, what you
they got the 5. So
they got the 5. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but that movie always sells overseas. But 4 and 5 were just like a new, I don't even know, just sort of somewhat of a new face, but still the same, driver or whatever. And yeah, I guess that did kill the series. Never mind. I forgot. I can't argue that it didn't. It did.
Well, the series might be getting revamped in a major way with this Bumblebee movie. A lot of people. I personally haven't watched this trailer yet, but a lot of it's. And I won't call myself a hardcore Transformers fan. I just really liked it growing up. But there's some hardcore. I collect them all. I've seen every cartoon. I've seen every movie type fans that have been giving high praise to how this movie's coming across. As you can see, it's not Michael Bay directed. So let's check out this trailer for Bumblebee. You gonna play it for me, bud?
Nope.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
It's my nigga. And I don't mean to transform my niggas.
I'm Charlie Watson. I'm 18. Today, actually. Is the Beetle for sale?
Cheers, kid. Happy birthday.
Where he came from?
No idea.
Well,
here's the deal. People can be terrible about things they don't understand. From now on, the only person you can show yourself around is me. Oh, I'm good. No, I'm good, thanks.
There's a war raging on our planet. If this criminal isn't found, that war may find its way here.
Is there anyone that can help you? You have a family? Oh, me.
They're calling an army. I've seen firsthand, these things really are.
Bumblebee, there is only one way to end this war. You must protect Earth and its people.
Take it down!
My battery!
How we stop them.
You've got me. And I'm not going anywhere.
God, I'm so screwed.
Bumblebee trailer, what y'all saying? What you saying?
Okay.
I feel like I've just been so negative tonight. Somebody else go.
Oh wow.
Good God. No, it looks. Oh God.
What you saying?
It looks good, but I feel like I've seen it before. Like I feel like I've seen this before. I don't know if any of y'all feel that way.
Yeah, that's
it just feels like
my
certain notes. It feels like it's been done a million times. Yeah. But in comparison to the disaster that the sequels have been, the Michael Bay sequels, this looks refreshing. It looks good. I'll probably go see it, but it's just kind of like, okay, we've been here before.
I'm most likely gonna wait till it.
Yeah, that might happen as well.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna spend any money on that.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks interesting, but I don't know.
You know, I do agree with the charted territory. We've pretty much seen this before, but I think that they're going back to a formula that worked for them originally, which is originally was a boy and his car. Now it's a girl and her car, and I think that's where it works the best, or at least it's been successful for him in the past. To mold it down to less chaotic 10, 20 robots running around all swinging and trying to kill each other and nobody can tell what's going on, to somewhat more intimate story, a little bit slower paced, it seems.
Yeah,
a lot of
it's telling a classic alien story, that classic old E.T. You know what I mean? Oh, me and my friend is not from around here and the government don't get it story.
Yeah.
You feel me? But like you just said, Marty, like I think it's a good way to reboot their situation, because you took the most popular one of the last franchise, giving him his movie, and you can see that the tone is directed at kids this time. I don't feel like it's trying to get us as much as you can see they're trying to get kids. And and that's who plays with toys, kids. So you know what I mean. I think it's gonna just do well, like you said, him and like J.Steel too. It's the level of I know it's not. I don't see it surprising me in any way.
No.
But it's probably a cool little, Netflix, or if you got Movie Pass or what have you, little hit up, AMC stubs or whatever. But it don't push me to need to see it, but I understand why the people that like it. And that last scene in the trailer where old girl running while Bumblebee fighting that blue robot was fire.
Yeah, that was.
That was pretty cool.
That looks so cool.
That was pretty cool.
I'll give him that. I'll give y'all that. So, Bumblebee, we'll see. So far, previews or even trailers or any little clips of things of things that I'm in haven't gone so well.
Oh Lord.
But Venom released 36 seconds.
Oh, seconds?
36 seconds.
Movie?
Yeah, just a little fight scene.
Okay.
They just released the fight scene because, you know, they hyping up it. You know, it drops October 5th. And, you know, I guess they're trying to show you a little bit more about how he Venoms out.
Okay.
Well, I created something on the player. I think you could do that. Wow, look what I'm doing with the player. Some kind of way I split it. Type of shit. Get that loop shit off. Take that off, dude.
You do not want to do this, trust me.
Copy!
All right, have it your own way.
Mask!
Just happened.
I think that's Baby Amp. This made me want to see that shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can you do that one more time?
I kind of fucked with that.
Shit.
He just whooped all the ass. I'm sorry.
What's so fun about this is that in this universe, it's him. This is his movie. It's no Spider-Man. He's not that. Like, it's him.
Yeah. So ain't nobody about to stop him from doing this.
He's just gonna do shit.
Well, the other more eviler, I guess, symbiote is gonna do some shit, but. He's just beating up cops. He beat the shit out of the cops.
And can we get a Venom game?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
I'll do something in the next Spider-Man game and, you know, feature him.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, you didn't beat it yet, have you?
No.
You're gonna see why I just at you. What you saying, Marty?
Yeah,
Come on with your Black Dynamite.
Don't you do this.
Come on, Black Dynamite.
Okay,
Marty.
so Venom is my favorite Spider-Man villain, okay?
Oh, is
and
it?
I was
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so I was thinking in my head, I was like, since we're being all honest about the movies and stuff, I'm like, well, you know what, let's take Bats out of the equation. And I'm like, well, you know, on paper, this isn't a movie I would want. Even though I protested and screamed at the top of my lungs that to have Topher Grace play Eddie Brock was just the biggest middle finger it's just the biggest middle finger you can give to a person. So, you know, to have his own solo movie, I'm like,
wait, hold.
Maybe
you saw that joint with Ryan Quanten being Eddie Brock? You saw that short film?
No.
I'm gonna show it to you. Keep going.
Okay, fair enough. So to have him be his own movie.
Wait, pause. J.Steel just stepped out. I want to always say this.
Right. No,
when it happens, so when it just seems like we just talking a lot, if she ain't here, she ain't just chilling. What you saying?
Don't say a word, J.Steel. Where was I?
You said your favorite villain, and you gave Topher Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace, and so you're gonna give him his own movie. You're gonna cast it right. I mean, hell yeah, I'm down for this. And then I'm just like, do I really want this? Do I really want this movie without Spider-Man? And
that's my only gripe.
I don't know. Yeah, and it's like, well,
truthfully, that was my only gripe from the onset of when they said they was making a Venom movie. I was like, I don't even recognize Venom without Spider-Man. And even still, I told you before on a previous episode how there's this new Venom comic that explains a whole new lore of the symbiote, that the symbiote don't even come from, like, the spider's really a dragon, and the symbiote then had like thousands of other hosts through time and space. It's a symbiote that's like in space that's doing shit. So Eddie Brock is not even the first host. So you know what I mean? I think they probably gonna play into some of that of, you know what I mean? No, Spider-Man had nothing to even do with this thing is cool without Spidey. I get that, but we biased, right?
Yeah, right, but, exactly. So I mean,
and we know a lot of this is backwards engineering.
Yeah, and it's like you don't. I don't know nothing's for sure in terms of what's going to happen in the future, especially if this is a success. So, you know, I guess, I mean, still, I can't get out of my head because now the movie's out, so I feel like people can kind of see the reference now that this is, like, Upgrade was a poor man's Tom Hardy in a movie that's like Venom, and Venom is a rich man's version of Upgrade, was what it feels like. And it's just, I don't know, like, still with that in the back of my mind, I'm interested in this. It's just, I have so much other baggage going along with it. It's hard to be, like, fully excited about it. My ticket's already bought. I will be there. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure how excited to be about it just yet.
Well, I went from having 2 movies I was nervous about to just one because I'm amped to see this now. Now, this is one little clip. The movie can still suck. I don't know. And I'll just say, like, good, I got way more way more stake in Tales from the Hood too, because I have a bigger role in it than in Venom. Like, I don't think I keep joking. People say you in Venom. I'm like, well, you're gonna see. It's like I'm here and then I'm not. But I still want the movie to do good. Yeah. And because I always want to. I don't root against comic films. I want you to be good. It's just some of you start from a faulty foundation, so it's kind of hard to root for you. What you saying on this Venom, Heem?
I definitely agree with everything you guys have said, especially about it not having Spider-Man in it, because that's the universe that Venom comes from. Right. But anyway, other than that, I'm excited to see it, especially from all the things that I've seen. I'm a huge fan of Tom Hardy, so it's like
Me too.
Definitely excited to see what he's gonna do.
And he was cool as shit in real life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep in mind all the like quote unquote big name. He was cool as shit. I remember when I walked in the trailer, he just was sitting up in there. He made sure he spoke to me like before I could speak to him. He was like, "Hey man, what's going on?" You know what I'm saying? I don't have any scenes with him. And I remember when I'm about to leave, he made sure to tell me, I really dug what you did in there. Like, meaning he watched my footage, and I'm like, nigga, we don't even have scenes together. You watch my shit.
That's really dope.
And like I said, to me, the scene is just, in and out. And he was like, he had to stop me. He had to tell me none of that shit, et cetera, et cetera. So it's some cool shit. Feel me?
Yeah.
So
I'm excited about it, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
So, Joker, then, we talking about villains. How y'all saw that new Joaquin Phoenix Joker footage, and he's in the freaking full fit, it seems like. How y'all feeling about this whole project that has Robert De Niro, Zazie Beetz in it? Like, oh my God, the cast is shaping up to be nuts.
I don't know. See, the hard thing about villain movies is what are they necessarily without their heroes?
Yeah.
So do I necessarily want a Joker movie?
That's the thing. When do you ever what other villain movies have we seen? Like, I don't even have a reference point to because a true villain movie is something that who would want to see is just a motherfucker doing complete violence with no remorse. Like, even Venom at points in the comics is sometimes an anti-hero. Yeah. So you got some legs. Our issue is really that he's supposed to come from Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? That means you're taking the Venom that we could have in the Tom Holland franchise away from us. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there's salt in the fact of Venom has been an anti-hero in comics, so he can work as an anti-hero with his own movie. But Joker?
Yeah.
Unless they try to just make him sympathetic, but even the images of him that we saw without the makeup, he seemed off. You know what I mean? He didn't, I don't know, maybe it's just me projecting, but the earlier images of Joaquin Phoenix, his character seemed like something right. That man looked touched. He looked touched without the makeup.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that. I guess my question really with both of them was, and especially with this footage you just showed us of Venom, I was just like, yeah, that's dope to see him sort of go in and wreck house. But what's the end there? I mean, I guess because we're playing him now as an anti-hero.
Oh, Joker or Venom? Are you talking about?
Yeah, Venom. Like, you're playing him as an anti-hero, so
yeah,
he's in control. I guess it's gonna stop whenever he says it stops. You know what I'm saying? There's no grand scheme to take over the world for Venom,
right,
or Eddie Brock. But in the Joker scheme, his whole thing is to create chaos and all this shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's well, when does that end for him? When does the story end for him? And how exactly are we? I just don't know. Based off
we're seeing the beginning
given us, yeah.
So we're seeing what made him get I feel like the story can be interesting. It's just a hard, where do you, because do I want to see sniveling?
No Batman, though.
And then no Batman.
At all.
And that's just like Venom. I don't know, Batman influence on the Joker is a whole nother kick. It's supposed to be the yin and the yang affected by each other, and it's wait, damn, because well, you know what? now that I think about those images, I think of them differently. Because the only thing I didn't like, because I maintain Joaquin Phoenix is gonna kill his role, but I don't like that red on his nose. He has a red nose, and I had earlier images of him talking to a clown, which makes me believe somehow a circus is gonna have some factor in the film. So that's probably why his nose is red, and it's a period piece because it's not gonna end up like that. So my thoughts are, Batman is the reason he becomes perma-white, and maybe he was just dyeing his hair green and doing the face paint thing like Heath Ledger up until the movie might go all the way up until the end or some shit, and then they might show the shadow of the bat and something happen in some chemical plant that makes him perma-white. I don't know, dog. I'm curious, but it's once again a movie I didn't ask for, didn't really need, and he's still talking about having a Joker and Harley film. Harley versus Joker is what they call it.
I am excited though to see his outfits, at least this old school traditional look, like way back. Like this is like that original like Batman shit that they got him in there, at least the garb now, right?
Yeah.
His costume for this movie, or at least in that subway scene. And that's gonna be fun to see how they play with those things. I mean, like I said, man, I think Todd Phillips knows a good thing when he sees it, especially when it may not make sense to anyone else. And I think it's gonna be something. I don't know. I think it's gonna be something that's gonna hold on. So I have a lot of high expectations for this. Just like with Heath Ledger, just after seeing that first trailer where we actually got to see him and see him speak and walk and do all this shit in the first trailer, the first full trailer we got.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
that set
ready.
The tone.
Yeah, I was set the tone. I was ready. And even just with the still photos and stuff, I'm like, okay, well, I'm ready. Let's see what y'all can do. It's on y'all to deliver now.
And he lucky that we got to see a Joker fail after Heath. So.
Oh yeah, because that's such a bad taste.
Right. Joaquin comes after Jared, not after Heath. So he has even more, you know what I mean? He got more leeway. Because whoever came after Heath was fucked. Period. Man.
I so disagree. You know why I disagree? I disagree because his sucked. And if we had,
I don't say it sucked. It just wasn't great.
Okay, I like Suicide Squad.
Me too.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, we reviewed it, didn't we?
I don't remember if we reviewed it, but I know we talked about it favorably in the past.
Okay, right,
that we know it's bad. We know it has bad points. We know it has plot issues. But we liked what we saw, right?
Yeah. And
my biggest gripe with Suicide Squad is that long ass fucking the longest slow motion scene in the history of slow motion scenes where they gotta kill a little girl and throw the gun and all that shit.
I don't know what you're selling, lady.
Dog, that was the longest final kill I've ever seen in my life. Will looking at his daughter's ghost or whatever, and he's looking up and he's holding the gun. Everything in that last scene took forever. But anyway, what you saying, my nigga?
Oh shit, I forgot. I was going to say something.
Heath, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was saying whoever came at the Heat was fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I think I just wanted to reiterate that. Oh boy, sucked. I think what if Joaquin had came after? No, he really did suck, dude. And that's what I realized after rewatching it. It's kind of like you know what? There is something about this thing that just doesn't fit for me. And after rewatching it, it's the Joker. The Joker is awful. And it's no matter how I even tried, I'm do I have one scene where I'm oh no, he really works for me here. Oh, I like what he does here. It's nah, none of it. None of it works for me. I could lose all of it. But what if Joaquin came after Heath? Well, I don't know. I guess we can't really say that because we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it.
We'll never know. But that's so funny. Leto did so bad that we already comparing Joaquin and Heath. You don't even see Joaquin's portrayal.
Because then he was such
it's not a good Joker.
He wasn't good. And then he put those people. Then he put everybody on set through hell.
Literal hell.
Yeah, through literal hell, real life hell, offset hell. And I don't know, dude. I just that's such a I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
whatever.
How you feel about the joke images, him?
It's always hard because of what he did with the Joker. It's always just so it's difficult. It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's if that man would have stayed alive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he would still be alive, like no one else would be playing that role at all.
Right.
We would have at least like 2 to 3 more of him and Christian doing Batman and Joker. I definitely
most likely because Bale said he only left because Nolan left, and Nolan said he was done with the genre. But if Heath would have lived, would Nolan have been done with the genre? Because everybody says that death fucked with that man hard.
Yeah, you know, I feel like he was, don't get me wrong, I feel like he did.
I know what you about to say.
Well, okay, that Christopher Nolan had a fuck you card at that point, at the point when like, so at that point.
Okay, maybe I don't know what you're about to say.
Okay, fair enough. So what I was going to say is that I feel like eventually around the time of The Dark Knight Rises, he would have always came to that same conclusion of, I'm kind of almost done with this. But then again, maybe if he had Heath, maybe he would have gone. Maybe this whole thing would have gone in a different direction.
Yeah.
But he had the success of the Dark Knight, The Dark Knight, and then he had the major fucking success of Inception.
Yeah.
And then he just basically had a I can do whatever the fuck I want card at that point, and he didn't have to do Batman. He didn't have to do that genre anymore.
I mean,
and it's just, you know what I mean. So,
I always feel like I always feel like he always knew the Batman story he wanted to tell. Like I think he always knew he wanted to tell a finite story. Mm-hmm. Christopher Nolan don't strike me as the type of cat that was planning on doing 6 Batman movies, or 12 Batman movies.
He was
but what I'm saying
is,
is, I think if Heath would have lived, he would have done more than 3.
Oh, you think so?
Only because,
okay.
only because the success of the Joker story would have most likely produced another Joker story.
Actually,
and I still think he wanted to play with Bane anyway.
Yo, you think so? Yeah, fair enough.
And we all know he would have had Bane and Joker in the same movie.
Oh no, maybe not. I don't believe that. I believe that we would have got another Joker movie and maybe someone else would have been in it. I think Bane would have always gotten his own movie just because of how major Breaking the Bat story is in comics. And Bane did all that without Joker because that's one of the things. Bane broke Batman. He ain't like he did it on his own. You feel me? Now in the comics, he broke all the people out to tie Batman down, but that still was Bane's story. You throw Joker in Bane's story, and Bane ain't got that gravitas. You looking at Heath. You still looking at Joker. Joker's Joker. That's what I'm saying. Like I felt like the Bane story might have came forth to still end whatever, but he wouldn't have left that money on that table after all that hype from Heath. Because him dying made it legendary, but if he would have lived, it still would have been a different kind of legend. He killed the role too well. You wasn't going to just not bring Joker back, and you wasn't going to squander Bane with Joker. Meaning you did a Joker story, found probably another lesser-known Batman villain to play off of, just to have, I guess whatever. Or you might have made a fire-ass personal Batman versus Joker, no Two-Face, no bullshit story. Who knows? But I feel like even if you'd did 3 only, Heath living still gives you the option to always come back. Because he ain't got no sadness. You know what I mean? There's nothing bad attached to it if Heath lives. So it's not as much of a fight to pull you back.
Right, okay.
Especially years later. I ain't saying like right after. Niggas get tired and then 10 years go by. I'm like, you know what?
Why not? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I got an idea. You gotta do it.
And it could happen off that, dog. But like, I think all the people knew that. Look, Heath dying, he ain't coming back. That's why Bill like, Nolan ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. And, it goes from there. That's why we have the Man of Steel universe. Because we said this on a previous podcast, dog. If you could have took Bale and then built Cavill for like a different movie, fuck a Ben Affleck. The money that Bale versus Cavill after a Man of Steel 2 would make in the Batman versus Superman would have been epic. Because then you would have gave the second, let Man of Steel be the movie that set Superman up to be I'm Superman and people love him. That's the problem. We already didn't talk about this. Anyway, they cast Black Canary. And it's Jenny Smollett.
Yeah, Jesse Smollett.
That's interesting.
Because they're doing a Birds of Prey movie, one of the many Harley Quinn projects that's coming out. And it's going to be Batgirl.
You really loved Harley Quinn, huh?
Bruh. She getting an adult cartoon on the DC network, that's DC streaming network. She's getting a Harley versus Joker. That the script is written, but they got to hold off because they want to do the Birds of Prey film, which is going to be Batgirl, Huntress, and Catwoman. Or is it Catwoman, Canary, and Huntress? Yeah, I think Batgirl getting her own movie.
Yeah.
Directed by the person who wrote
this movie.
This one. That's what it is. So it's Canary, Huntress, and Catwoman gonna be going at Harley. She the villain of the movie. Which probably gonna end with, you know what I mean, her seeing some kind of light. Who the fuck knows? Cause there's a lot of Harley coming out. But it's so funny to me that one of the few comic book characters with black in their name that's not black just got cast black. Finally. Because usually it's the running joke in comics. All the black characters named Black something. Black Canary was a white lady, but now it's a black lady. Shouts out to Journey Smollett. I'm curious. I don't ever seen her in this light, but we didn't see Zazie in the light of Deadpool, your girl, and she killed Domino, and she killed Domino. So I'm hoping it's another Zazie Beats moment with Journey. Because even with Tessa, I never saw Tessa in the light on Thor, and she killed it.
She did kill it.
So I'm feeling like, you know what I mean, I'm going to roll the dice on our young black women and be like, look, yo, go get him.
Yeah.
Go get him, Black Canary.
Yeah, I was excited to see that news. And it I don't know, it wasn't a movie I was really paying attention to, but now I'm like, okay, cool, let's see how this unfolds. And then they keep recycling this writer who was, what else did she wrote the Batgirl script, she wrote something else. There was another movie she wrote.
She wrote something that won an award. That was something that too. I forget. I remember like
it's something
this
recent
Harley
right now. She just wrote
that too. But the thing that put on the radar was she won this award that's very critically acclaimed. This something. We both on the same boat. Yeah. I don't feel like Googling. I'm trying to be legal. Okay, go down. Stop being lazy.
Me, dog.
Go get it.
I gotta find out what this recent one was.
I feel it. But off the strength of that, Batgirl lost its director and writer in Joss Whedon because all that controversy came out after his ex-wife threw him under the bus for being misogynistic, even though he always wanted to produce these female characters. So on some funny shit, somebody was like, there's like somebody that shouted her out or brought up, like, you know what I mean, that they got a bunch of women directors that can do this movie. You don't have to have no man doing a Batgirl movie. And on Twitter, she was like, shit, I'll do it. I'll write that bit. I'll do it. And talk started from there. Now she writing that, and she got the Batgirl gig. So big ups, Asian female director, man.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, get that shit in, dog. I just wanted to see all people of color get some shit in, man.
Yes.
Yeah. All the way, man.
It is gonna bother me.
I'm trying to stall before we get to this next topic.
I'm sorry, it's moving so
No, not even stalling from you. I'm seeing where the hell J.Steel at.
Christina
Yen?
Hudson.
Who's that? Hudson. Christina Hudson.
Is the writer. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, nigga.
What?
Unforgettable.
Never saw it.
Good. She wrote Bumblebee. That's what it was.
That's what it was. She wrote Bumblebee. So now we gotta see what that's in for.
Yeah. So, Unforgettable is one of the movies that like seems like it should have gone to Lifetime, but it went to the theaters because it had your girl from Knocked Up, who was I forget her name, Katherine Heigl, and
the blackballed one,
and what's my girl from Luke Cage? Is this lady? Not Claire. What's her real name? Rosario Dawson. Okay, yeah. It's got both of them in it. So Rosario Dawson marries this guy, and Katherine Heigl's crazy. She starts, I don't know, it's you know what, I don't even want to get into it. It's awful. And I watched it just to sort of see how awful it was, and it was really bad. So I don't know, I'm kind of curious to see what she's done now, because that one was a terrible way to start.
We're about to see a lot of her.
Awful way to start.
We're about to see a lot of her.
She's getting a lot of work though, so I'm just kind of like, okay, well.
Dog, she won some fucking award recently, and that's what I'm saying. They started putting, all you need is the clout. The game run on the hype beast, dog. You get the right clout, you got this.
Forget you even did this.
Bruh.
Forget you were attached to it.
So while I'm trying to stall before we get into Insecure and random acts of flyness, because especially with Insecure, trying to get the female perspective. But there's the story that we talked about in the Ghost episode that I want your opinion on, Raheem, because you were a big fan of Avatar, the Nickelodeon anime.
Absolutely.
And Netflix is going to be doing a live action version of it.
I am scared.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm absolutely afraid because of the fact on how let down I was by Death Note. I'm sorry.
Same shit we said on the Ghost episode. That's what we said on the Ghost episode, dog. Death Note was so hard. Because I kept trying to say,
good track record.
On the Ghost episode, I kept trying to tell you, nigga, you gotta watch Death Note. I was like, that's your homework.
The anime, right?
You have to watch the anime, so I'm gonna keep telling you.
I was thinking I need to watch it, but I couldn't remember that's
Those are the two. I said Death Note and My Hero Academia are the two largest fucking animes that I'm pushing at motherfuckers.
I found a stream of My Hero Academia. And it had to be in like Japanese or something. I don't know, I could be wrong, but it was in something. And then the subtitles were it was in another language. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna.
You gotta catch Death Note, because like I said, Death Note only 38 episodes, son. I swear you could kill it in a week. Enough. And I keep telling you, once you get to episode 5 of Death Note, you in. It need about 5 to set up to get you right. Everybody listening. Watch Death Note the anime. I dare you to get to episode 5 and not want to keep going. But what you saying about this?
Yeah, I'm just saying Netflix, you let me down so hard with the Death Note. I'm just afraid of what you're going to do to Avatar, because Avatar was, man, listen, that cartoon. I have like seen this show like 3 or 4 times in its entirety, because that's just how good it is. You can watch it over and over and it will still give you the same emotions. So I'm just hoping that.
And a lot of people don't even realize that anime was on Nickelodeon. That's why that's why it flew under the radar for many of us. That it was an anime on Nickelodeon, and cats, we're not going to be watching Nickelodeon like that, but adults,
fans who were,
nigga, everybody screams its praises. What you saying?
It's so good. So I'm just hoping, I'm hoping that this time, Netflix, you got it right, because you have the opportunity to get it right, because your movies are good. Your original movies are good. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna make a series, a live action series of a really good anime, the thing is, stick to what you know.
Stick to what works. It trips me out when the plan is up. Like even with Death Note, it's there.
It's there.
You do not have to fuck it up.
Make something new,
bro. It's there.
It's there.
You have the blueprint.
Have it. Just do it with real people. That's why you call it live action. That's why we came to see this live action. Just do what the anime did with real folk. That's it.
And I understand sometimes for live action, you gotta, strip some things down. You gotta take some things out. But apparently y'all don't be knowing what things to strip and what things to take, because y'all be fucking up.
And then this one, you have no excuses because it's not a movie. This one is a live action series.
Yeah, because at least Death Note should have been a series, a live action series. It should have been a series. So what you say? Here's your fingers.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was gonna ask. Is this a movie or is this a series?
No, they're saying it's a limited series. So hopefully, if they're gonna do a limited series, they do one story, see if it works, and that's that.
Yeah.
Don't go overboard. Just do one. Pick one of them.
Don't try to make a season in one episode.
Yes. Pick one of the powers that he learned. Pick that one. Do that story, like the water element. I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to do Earth, do one of them and leave it at that. Don't try to do them all, because that's gonna piss me off. Because you're gonna miss things. You're gonna, especially important information. Because that's what happened with Death Note. A lot of important information wasn't there. There were so many things wrong with that story. But that was one of them for me. Just, please don't mess up. Don't mess up again, Netflix. Please.
Okay.
And favorite Marty needs to watch Death Note, the anime.
Yeah, I need to get back into it. I think I only watched like the first 2, if that. I think, but I only really remember the first episode, I think. But
it's really awesome.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
Another show I've watched in its entirety like more than once.
Yeah. I've watched Death Note a few times.
Yeah.
A few, and I put people on it and watched it with them.
He definitely put me on it.
And watched it with them.
I watched it, then I put like 2 other people
Devin
on it and watched it with them.
Devin put me on it. It's been a fucking brotherhood pass, nigga. For real. So Devin put me on it. I put Joseph and Heem on it. Nigga, it's been a pass. I put J.Steel on it.
It's really good. Like, anybody, it's really good. It's like, so, man, it's so good.
We sing his praises often. So, man, look, J.Steel not bad. We're going to keep running it, dog. We're going to just skip Insecure for now and get into random acts of flyness, man. Did you have to watch that?
Oh, yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't gone back to it since. You saw the first 2 episodes?
Exactly. I've only seen the first 2 episodes as well.
Today I got reminded of the first episode because I was lumping some stuff that happened in the first episode with the second, because I don't know, for some reason I was like, am I really feeling this first episode? I don't really know. And then when I went back and thought about the moments I really enjoyed and melded into the second episode, I'm like, no, there was actually in the first. I'm like, no, it's consistently put some good shit together for me that I'm really into. Man, dude, how do you even describe this show to somebody? How do you sell this to somebody in words? Because I have trouble doing it.
It's literally what the title says. Random acts of flyness. Yeah. Literally.
No,
like,
literally.
It is a bunch of random things are going to come at you randomly, as it, like, just... You don't know what's going to happen.
Emphasize the word random.
Yes, but in a
coherent,
supremely clever way, though.
Yeah. All I'm saying is these motherfuckers do what the hell they want.
They do
That's what I love.
Whatever
they do what the fuck they want. This nigga might be shooting with a fucking iPhone. Then he might be shooting with a red camera. Then he might just be shooting with probably a Canon. Then he gonna do some animation. Then he gonna do some claymation. Then he gonna do black and white. Then he gonna do documentary style. Then we gonna talk then he gonna do variety show. Then we gonna go old school. Like, they are doing what the fuck they want and shouting out. Oh my God, it's shouting out all the forms of film making. I mean, like, I told y'all, the first time I watched, I was half asleep. It was like 3 in the morning when I was trying to watch the first episode, and I just couldn't get into it. So then when I say, okay, since, we gonna review it, I'm reviewing that, you dig, I'm about to fucking, sit down and watch the bitch. Dog, I couldn't take my eyes off it. And even, because I think it was that weird scene at first with Death, with Ripper the Reaper. At first, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Then when I'm sober-minded, nigga, at 3 in the morning on 5 blunts, fuck no. Yeah. I'm just like, what's this weird shit? So when I'm watching that bitch, that struck me, dog, killing the black kids, like, was in freaking hell, and she going crazy because she got to send them, and they showed it. They showed kids going to fucking death. Hell, nigga, the fucking arms grabbing them and they screaming. Like, what the fuck? And they present this in old school variety show mode with Ripper being this black woman losing her shit because she got to keep sending black souls to die. They even showed a black boy's soul get beat down. Like, what in the world is this show? And how did HBO allow this shit? I'm in love.
I'm in love the most with this show's, like, just uniqueness. And just the fact that there's nothing else out there that exists that's like it. This is literally its own thing. This creates a brand new genre if this takes off. I mean, I would love to really get a lot of minds going like this in this sort of space. But for me, it's just like you said, just what the title is. It's random, and I enjoy every piece of it. Right now, I'm scraping to kind of remember every moment, but
John Hamm scene
stands out.
The John Hamm scene.
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
The white be gone.
Yeah, the white be gone.
I was so shocked when I saw him. I was like, oh my God, this shit is so fucking clever, man. They had this cream that that helps white people get rid of white thoughts. And they had John Hamm as fucking being the host of it. And he even had an existential moment with the black director. And he's like, I'm not white. It's like, man, save them, John. They love your face.
For some reason, they trust it.
Your beige face and your whatever the problem. Like, oh my God, y'all going all over the place. What you saying? You looking like with the
I thoroughly enjoyed that scene. Like, because with the Reaper scene, it kind of made me uneasy, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this shit. I'm just gonna be honest.
That shit hit when you really take it in.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this shit. Then the John Hamm scene happened, and I'm like, okay, I see.
That's what you
I
mean.
understand. I kind of get it. Then it gets to the end of the episode and he fucking flies off.
He flies away. Black man flies away from the cops. Black man flies away from the cops, dog.
I
Because when you
love-
first watch
I've
it,
been
you
having-
wonder if it's
this
real.
real?
Yes.
Yeah. For the longest time.
Did I not ask you that? Did I not ask? Did I not ask that? I like out loud. I'm like
Everybody I sit and watch that first episode with ask that question. Is this real? And then when he fly off in the end, it's just so satisfying, man.
It solidifies like what it is, but
What
I'm
we
not gonna
all
lie.
Wanted
Yeah.
to do in that situation. Where you gonna go? Oh, where am I gonna go?
Up.
I love though asking that question of is it real? I love
Yeah.
that moment because it's like the way it plays out. It's just like, oh shit, he got this on camera and HBO put it on film. His face isn't blacked out. Can somebody zoom in and get his badge number? I mean, goddamn.
That cop played this role to perfection too.
Oh hell yeah, he
Oh my
did.
god.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh, who's that?
Who's that voice?
J.Steel.
Yeah.
Hi.
Anyway, we're talking random acts of flyness, J.Steel. What's your initial thoughts?
I saw it out of order. So I actually saw the second episode first and the first episode second. But I went into it not knowing like what was gonna happen. I was like, oh, it's some kind of weird, cool scripted black series. I'd never seen a preview, anything. So when it started rolling, I was like, oh my god, this is like a black acid trip. This is fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. And like the pieces and parts of the first and second episode are honestly kind of getting jumbled in my brain because I've only seen each of them once.
Yeah.
But from what I can remember, they use different forms of like different film styles. They use like stop motion, animation. What else is in there? Like
We said them while you were away.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, all of those things they said are in there, guys. And I like that sort of mix and like all of these really strange kind of quirky things happening, but the message that they're trying to convey definitely comes across in
Strong.
both, especially in the second one.
Blackface.
I really like the second one, yeah. And I love all the images and depictions of beautiful black people too. That's always welcome.
I like that they tackled the bisexual black man in the first one, the invisibility of him, that whole interview with the real one.
That whole animation scene, like that was one of my favorite moments. That was one of the things I was melded into the second episode, I thought. And I got reminded today that it was actually in the first one, so I was like,
what animation scene? I'm talking about the bisexual show about black sexual proclivities of the black people. And they showed all of them, and he said they had them hosting some show, and he was interviewing. It was animated. You're right. You're right. You're right. It was animated. He was telling the story. Yeah, you're right. All right, my bad.
Yeah, I dug that part. I really I don't know. That whole thing kind of caught me off guard because I was like, this is dope. Oh, this is just a little segment. I was like, I'd watch this show if it really existed. This should keep going. It's like it's probably not coming back. But I was like, yeah, it's just it was a random moment that I was just like, no, I dug the shit out of it. That's all, from start to finish. But yeah, that worked.
It was a great conversation to have, man. It was like interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, on both episodes, they let you walk into like the shoes of people. Like I often say, people who they train you to ignore, like the bisexual black man. Like it made you feel, it made it human. Because often, like they do say, like people just be thinking, there's no such thing as bisexuals, and I'm like,
which is so crazy.
But
it's ridiculous.
So crazy.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I love that too, because like y'all were just saying, seeing that perspective, you don't often get to see the perspective of the bisexual black man. I feel like oftentimes they are shunned and they shouldn't be. Like, what the hell? Like, it's 2018. People like what they like.
It's hard to shake old norms, old ways.
It is, especially that though, because it's like it's cool to some extent for a woman to be bisexual, but a man, ooh, and then a black man, oh God, oh he's this, he's that, he's down low. No, he likes what the fuck he likes. Like, it's nice to see that perspective. Yeah.
The one thing I will say is, nigga, you shouldn't have been surprised if she was surprised that you showed up in their first desk, in their first date.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the only one. Okay,
yeah.
Come on.
I thought, I'm like,
that's the only. I like. Come on,
me, because I'm like, nah, dude. I
didn't walk that girl into that at all, son.
Yeah.
Like you didn't lead her into that at all, son.
Especially since how she met you. You said she met you rocking one style.
Yeah.
So I will get you. Come on, son. You gotta take that, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
Straight up.
You gotta own that. Yeah,
You gotta own that one.
I agree completely.
If she'd have met you with a dress and she still would have gave you the number, then I feel you.
Then that, yeah.
If she's
So
being
you already
weird
saw
with
me
you,
in a dress.
you
So
met
what
me in a
did you
dress.
do this time
Right.
You walked up to her in Jordans, then next time she see you in a dress, that confused the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That confused the shit out of that girl.
Yeah, you gotta.
You have to walk people into certain
Yeah, you gotta
situations.
ease them
I'm
in.
sorry, you do. You have to.
But also, I understood his, like, when he explained it, I get the whole, I don't think about these sort of things. I just thought it was normal, fluid, all this other stuff. I wasn't thinking. But it's like, at some point, you gotta kind of own the fact that like, well, maybe I might have should have eased into it a little bit better.
I'm just saying there's how the world is and how you want the world to be.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, maybe he kind of felt like, okay, well, this is who I am, so if she likes me, she'll like me for him. But because of the way we're conditioned, you gotta ease her into that.
Or you have to meet her already, like, in your extreme, or at least, like, have a conversation before you ever link up about this topic.
Right.
About, man, people be tripping. I like the welcome. You know what I mean? So she already knew. Marty, you've been sitting on that weed right there in the same position for the entire podcast.
What is going on?
He didn't have it in a position to be rolled, I swear, for the entire episode, y'all.
Dedicated.
The entire episode.
It has been.
It was the whole.
It is like because
it's been a whole episode.
Okay,
It's been a whole episode.
No, okay, so this is
I
what
went
happened.
away and came back and it was still there, yo.
Okay, so this is what happened. Yeah, I have been sitting on this one, but what happens is like I'll go back to back and then I'll become loopy Marty, and so I like to space it out. Hi Marty, right? So I like to space it out just a little bit. So it's like right around the end is where I become high Marty.
Super high Marty.
Right? So I just had my goth sitting over there. And I saw him pick it up and I was like,
I picked it up and rolled it thinking he had the 2-pack.
I was holding on to it for a little bit too. And I was like, hey, that's my guy, man. And I don't know, you just like rolled it that way.
That's why we call him Evil Marty.
That's why you call me. Yeah, exactly, right?
It's the things that
it's
he
like,
does.
it happened.
I'm trying to
I've just been sitting here with this, just like, I'm just gonna throw this in a bag or something.
I'm trying to think of what else happened in episode 1 before I move into what I liked in episode 2 of Random Acts of Flyness. Okay, it was like a John Hamm joint. I like the black and white joint. Your boy in the car felt so bad. It was like a clip when I got into my blue jalopy. And
oh yeah,
and it's like in and outs. What happened in one? One, the point of one was
shouldn't have or something like that. That segment was called.
That I think that was the main highlight to one because I keep thinking all these ones from 2. They had the musical Peter Pan number, nigga. They had the fucking niggas hollering at each other, giving each other compliments.
Oh, yeah.
They had nigga, that's creepy. They had all kind of fire shit that went down in 2, son. And I was like, oh my God. 2 made me want to watch 1 again. And that's what made me like 1 once I caught what it was like that was happening fully in 2. Because, we watching it in general, man. Me and him had this conversation off mic. We had the show for Gumbo Monster called The Pot. Yep. That's very similar to what he's doing. Like, he's got money and he developed it better. But the direction that we have 3 episodes that's been on Gumbo Monster for like 5 years. So nigga ain't talking out my ass. And the whole thing was, backdrop is a conversation and you throw in these random like skits, like you changing the channel between this conversation of like whatever. And it was going to be just randomness of stuff. And we was going to call it that. But, you know what I mean? The fact of nigga Ben sitting on that idea and I was like, bro, who's doing this? I feel like this would be interesting to just watch. So when I'm watching Random Acts of Flyness, do it 1,000 times past, even what I was thinking, I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is really amazing.
It's really good.
And I'm not crazy. And we still doing our show. And the thing is, I would, if you gave me the money to do the pot, it still would be different from Random Acts. But when you talking about the genre that it feels like you feel like it's creating, it made me go like, damn, it almost like hit that fire under me of like, dog, you stop. And then someone else gonna take your torch and get not necessarily the credit, but you get what I'm saying is if I'd have kept developing my show, I wouldn't have to fucking defend it if it ever come out when people start being like, nigga, you bite, nigga. This other nigga already started that genre. And it's like, nigga. That's why I tell everybody create. If you have your idea, take your idea and do your idea. Make your shit. Because if you don't make your shit, you're going to see your same idea flipped, done better, and you're going to just be like me right now. Oh, I had something very similar, looking stupid.
I remember having that. You know, the thing I like to say too, also to throw in there is remember to go with your instincts and go with your gut, and also remember that you can talk yourself out of every good idea that comes to your mind.
Right.
So when you get a good one, trust your gut and go with it, because your mind will find each and every way to talk yourself out of it.
It's gonna find the loophole.
Episode 2, I really like the Peter Pan sequence.
Yes.
That Peter Pan musical, dog.
Incredible.
Hispanic Peter Pan musical.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
And I like how like they built up to it, like you figured out his name was, I think they said Peter or Pan.
No, they say Pan.
Pan.
When you get to, because it starts with his shadow jumps in, and you don't like, and it comes right after one of those scenes with the rape culture type shit. So it seemed like his shadow just hollering at this chick. You thinking it's just connecting to that, and then you see Pan's feet land like he just was flying. It's like there's some hindsight shit, because at the time you're just watching like, where's this going? Then he's chasing his shadow all the way up, you know, and his shadow goes in the door of this party, and that's when he tells the people at the door, I'm Pan.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when you start kind of putting his name is Pan, he's chasing the shadow. But what you saying?
Yeah, but they drop little breadcrumbs to let you know, like, hey, we're telling the story of Peter Pan on some shit. And I thought that was really cool. I'm trying to remember what I like.
That's a musical.
Oh, and then the whole musical number. Oh my God, I love this so much. And then they like recreated the Island of Lost Boys, and they were singing and dancing and colors and magic, and oh God, I loved it. That was definitely, I think that was my favorite part of this episode for sure. It was really interesting too.
Yeah, I would have to say the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the musical.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you a musical ass nigga. What you saying, Marty?
Oh no, I agree. It surprised me too, and it took me a second. Actually, it probably took me the longest to figure out what they were, the story they were saying, that make that connection. But when I did, I was like, oh yeah, oh this is like mind explosion.
It's really great on the second watch when you know it.
Yeah,
when you know it, like if you watch it again, knowing it from the top, it's so much even more shit you catch.
I like you know, and I guess this is just something about watching something the first time. You can never catch that or that being caught off guard by the musical and stuff like that.
A good musical.
That moment, I know that moment.
When the dudes start dancing out the blue inside, these hard ass looking niggas start dancing out the blue. He was like, wait, what? What's going on here?
It's a musical.
They already doing a musical. I really also thought it was interesting when they showing that scene of your dude sitting on the bench and he compliments somebody. You think it's a woman and it's a dude. And then each one of these dudes would compliment each other. It was like a mind fuck, like, oh, look how y'all flipping that shit. It was like a world where, because oftentimes niggas wonder why women be like, why you telling me to smile? Why you telling me things that you wouldn't tell a dude if you're really not trying to be flirtatious? You know what I mean? And, you know, they play with so many things. I'm trying to see what else in episode 2.
I feel like I liked a lot more in episode 2, but I can't. It's not coming.
It's not coming back to me either.
Man, I'm remembering a lot of shit. The whole documentary with the trans, the freaking dark skinned woman who kind of hated her fuck herself.
Yeah.
Oh, that was dope.
Realized in the interview that she had her issues.
Yeah. Those confessional moments. Those were really dope.
One of the standout ones was from that trans guy that said he only wears dresses, or she, I don't know even which I don't know what she identifies as. She only wears dresses so motherfuckers can see that she trans, even though she don't really like dresses like that. You know what I mean? But
that stood out to me because it was like, even though society is becoming more accepting or acknowledging of trans people, like they still try to box them, I feel. And like that person was
box,
saying,
we still hate them.
Yeah.
America don't like trans people.
You can't fully be like, they think of trans as one way, like, oh, okay, you want to put, you know, you got to wear a dress, you got to do this. So it was interesting to see, like, him, you know, his expression of that, like, okay, I might be trans, but don't mean I want to wear dresses. Like, I have my own way that I want to express this that doesn't necessarily fit into society's description of what it means to be this. Mm-hmm. So that was really interesting.
Just saying on it, Marty. Oh, I wanted to say the other quote I wanted to say was, and when she told a story about how this woman ran up to her in the street and bigged up and the woman probably had good intentions, but she like, that was like getting punched in the fucking face because you're making me a spectacle for your own enjoyment instead of a human being. That was like a deep deep thought on it too. Of like, yeah, y'all like how like some people just like someone wants just to have a gay friend, just have a gay friend, or like, you know what I mean, saying with the trans. Oh, I love you, trans. I'm supporting you. And it's like, are you supporting me because I'm a human? Or are you supporting me because it's cool to see you supporting me, or because you think I'm entertaining? It was like, yeah, those confessionals rocked me. Just saying, Marty, my bad.
Oh no, y'all good. I was just gonna say that. Listen to you all talk about it too. Actually, I forgot that that whole sequence took place too until you. But the minute you mentioned it came all rushing back to me. Right. The thing about this show, I kind of love, and I guess if I'm giving it a knock for anything, it's that. But they throw a lot at you really fast.
Oh, you don't get to process it all.
And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what, I can't be mad at the show. It's like I have to make time for a second viewing if I'm going to talk about it, because like, goddamn, there's so much. Yeah, and it's like I meant to take notes and I did not. I was just so taken in by it because I watched them like 1 and 2 like back to back. I was just like, oh, because we're watching it for the show, and I was like, yeah, I got some time. I can watch both of them. And sure enough, once I got through with that first one, I went right into the second one. So I didn't take any time to really go back and watch it since then. But it left an impression on me too. But it's like it's really dope that the show doesn't. You're never bored. But in terms of like holding all that stuff in, man, it gives you a lot to kind of process. And,
like the girl at the video game that was shooting all the toxic people. And she accidentally hit the dude, the ground part. It was like friendly fire. It was like, oh.
Yeah, I love that. Oh yeah, that was dope.
Like,
now, was she the same chick from the first episode?
No, she wasn't.
She was a different girl.
She was a different girl.
See,
and she got to introduce the episode. You know what I mean? They just do what the fuck they want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I like and once again, it plays into us again. They did video game animation to show us that. Like, you know what I mean? They just do whatever they want. And one thing that we didn't even touch on was the metaphor that they was playing with that musical of Peter Pan, how so many men want to stay boys, and it's like the whole like, nigga, you got to fucking grow up and be a real man and be a man that's actually producing something positive for the community, for his family, for his woman, for his whatever, and you know what I mean, and don't just hide behind being there's so many metaphors in the Peter Pan, Neverland, never grow up. Like that whole mentality, that whole fucking metaphor, that whole like even the words in the songs, like he was like, stay here, Wendy, stay here, be I'm not gonna ever grow up, so I'm not gonna be a rapist, nigga. You don't have to grow up to be a rapist. You don't have to grow up to be a fucked up person. Just grow up and like take responsibility for things, and that's what she was singing on level of, look, man, like, nigga, I need a man, but I need a man that's gonna be a man. You hear me?
It was moving.
It was very moving.
Like, it was
And I love that she wasn't aesthetically what you would normally see. I love that like most of the fake characters and actors and people that they're using aren't the norm of aesthetic. They're really pushing the bounds of showing all kinds of people and shit. She was the main character in this whole deal. Beautiful voice, beautiful woman. But I swear they wouldn't have given her that shot many other places to be Wendy like that. So it was, man. I respect, what's his name? Terrence Nance. I know you about to direct Space Jam, and that's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
The Ryan Coogler produced Space Jam movie is being freaking directed by the Random Acts of Flying this cat. That's wild.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting.
Right.
It is. I was already interested, even though I feel like I'm maybe in the minority about that too. I feel like a lot of people are saying that they don't want.
I'm only interested now.
You're only interested now?
Coogler, LeBron, and Nance put together
that definitely
makes me more interested.
Makes it more interesting, because I think without that I would have been like, okay, let's see if this happens, because I would have had my doubts that it would even completely, pan out.
It's been out there for about 10, 15 now, so you have every right to have your doubts.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But I always felt like they were going to do it with LeBron and just having Ryan Coogler on board. I have a lot of faith.
So we're gonna end it off on what's your thoughts on that last Insecure episode?
Well. Ain't that something that she ended up with Lawrence?
She ain't with him yet, nigga. They had a friendly dinner, bro.
They're going that way.
They are going in that direction.
It's heading in that direction. I'm definitely with it. But Nathan, damn, I had like a little bit. See, this is the thing. Okay, first of all, let me say this. Issa, you are fucking exposing too many of our secrets as women. That's the first thing I want to say. Because there were like little moments she had where I'm like, bro, you can't be telling on us like this. Like the when she was trying to stalk Nathan and she texted her friend, was like, who changed the password to the stalker page? I'm like, you're not supposed to let them know that we got group stalker pages like that. Nah, bro.
What else, son? You the resident woman, the lady of Steeler. You gotta.
That's why
What you saying?
Letting you talk.
Let you run.
Y'all got
This was a very interesting episode,
Yeah, very much
and I appreciate Issa Rae for her honesty and her slice of life sensibilities of how she presents her shit.
It's like none of it is. All of it is relatable. Like every little moment that she had, her inner monologues, how we got to see her point of view, her perspectives, all of it, I'm like, oh my God, this all feels so familiar. Oh yeah, but with the secret text thing, so I do have like a sect or a portion of my friends that they created a Instagram page of a person that's not real so that you could log into it and look at other people's shit. That's a thing.
You can't blame Issa for exposing
That's
that.
a thing, dude. And I didn't know about it till I became really close with that friend. And I was like, wait, y'all doing what? And she was like, yeah, if you want to use it, girl, let me know. And I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, there were a lot of little moments that I really enjoyed. And I have to say, like, I felt both sides of it. Because like I said I think I said this on the Ghost episode. I have ghosted people before. So, like, I felt bad, and I kind of knew, like, with the last episode, I was like, Nathan ain't coming back. This nigga is straight up ghosting her. So, when we didn't see him at all, I was like, damn, he's really doing it. Like, it's really a thing. And it made me feel bad, because I have this one friend that's told me before, you can't ghost people. That's fucked up. And I'm like, well, but I did it, though.
But my nigga, did you do it like him? This nigga had her believing they was in a relationship.
No.
And then ghosted.
No. Never to that extent. That's horrible.
Right.
But I have had that done to my friends before.
To that level.
I've had to, like, dating, sleeping together, all that kind of stuff. Oh, I love him. And then he just disappears. Whirlwind summer. He's amazing, all this. And then he disappears. Nothing.
Oh, damn.
No contact.
Well,
you don't hear, like, it's the exact same thing. So when I saw this episode, I was like, bro, this is real life.
I really like this episode, how it played with every episode. I feel like she experiments with something different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never seen her do the first person shot before, and she did the point of view shot to show how off kilter the character was now. Just like, I ain't never seen anybody do that when she's talking to the mirror. And she's like, don't go nowhere in the mirror. She leaving. She's still at the mirror on that previous episode. She's like, girl, where I'm going to go? You hear me? She always doing these things technically, even how she uses social media. I mean, like, I really want to give this girl her props, dog, because, like, Issa, like, a lot goes on Insecure that if it was on another show, probably the dick would get sucked even harder. I'm talking about from a technical aspect, because most of us, we get wrapped up in the mess and the story and the characters. But, like, I want to sit down and be like, and I'm not always a technical guy. I am the story actory person, but from a technical standpoint, I love the things that they play with in the editing room and in the shots and the different type of things that they flip. Like they really, they trying to win some awards. You can see it. They trying to go for the gusto with these joints. But how y'all felt about this episode?
I liked it a lot. It was very enlightening, and the whole the concept of the fake accounts and stuff seemed like something I was familiar with. The new aspect of it though is that friends share them.
Oh yeah.
And it's like they'll give you the password.
Login, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, that's a new aspect for me. But I'm familiar with that concept from like parents having their fake accounts associated with their kids who do it on like Facebook and stuff like that. Right. So yeah, you know what I mean. So like it's kind of, it was a little familiar, but you know, that's a whole new level to it now because it's like, oh girl, I got this fake account with this fine chick. We could really sync them with this, and that's I don't know. That was interesting. Yeah. What was her name? And the response, who changed the password? And she was like, oh, I thought we were compromised. It's
Kelly. Right?
Yeah, once again, just
even when she's not there, she's hilarious.
Yeah, but I dug it a lot. What'd you think?
The part that stood out to me most was I have like a big thing for Molly, so anything that's going on with her. And I was like, what happened on that date? Can we talk about that? What happened on that date?
Molly stayed tripping to me, son, and that's one thing I often say. Like ever since she was tripping out because Daniel nutted in Issa face, and she was like legitimately pissed off.
Yeah, that was strange to me, and I'm a woman, and I was like, everybody feels differently, I guess, and I just was like, I think y'all are doing the most right now. Why? Yeah. It's not offensive. It's like a you know.
There's a lot of things that Molly be doing. I love Molly, but she's be on one sometimes, son. And like on this Asian nigga, you ain't over this Joe situation, and it's like, son, like that dude like was really being cool, and
really was.
Yeah. He didn't mean any harm. I think she was just really sensitive to the situation.
She was, but she wouldn't admit to herself.
And then he asked, "Is that a sensitive
topic?" Right.
He totally asked, "Whoa, is that sensitive? Should I not be talking about that? Was that not okay for me to joke?" Right. And then he just got up and left with nothing.
That's got you feeling. She be tripping. She the same one that left that nigga hanging just because he said he let a nigga suck his dick in college just to see if he, you know what I mean? And it's like, my nigga, like, you be sabotaging your love life up and fucking down this damn show and want to blame everybody but self almost every damn time. And this was on a Ghost episode. I'm so glad that hopefully we won't see much of Dro anymore. But the last episode was the best of Dro that we ever gotten. And it was the least of Dro that we ever gotten. And every moment he had, I was like, damn, I finally like Dro in this episode. Not like him as a character, but like what the actor is doing this time. Because I usually hate everything about Dro. And, you know, Dro got a kid on you, ma. And look what you was like, Molly, ma, you're frustrating. Like, everybody on the show is frustrating, but you are so frustrating as a person.
It really could all be so simple. Like especially for you.
Especially for Molly. Especially
it
for
could
Molly.
all be so simple for you. And you just be like, nope, I'm going to fuck this up right quick. Get it? Nah, I'm going to just fuck this
It
up.
almost feels like a choice.
Can't never be good.
It's not even just that, though. Like, I completely feel like Molly is very extra and overblows everything and overcomplicates things. But I feel like with her, a lot of it comes from she's a perfectionist and she doesn't want to settle. And she's a very sensitive and emotional woman. And I get that.
And she needs to start taking responsibility.
Yeah.
She wasn't even telling her therapist everything. That's what the fuck a therapist is for.
Right, exactly.
You know, what are you doing? And how you feel about Asian nigga Jess since you're the only girl on the freaking thing?
I love all people. Like, I think that I don't have any reservations about race. Like, I've never dated an Asian dude, but I've had crushes on like Asian people in real life. So it was it was refreshing to see them show like a handsome Asian love interest. Like, that was
regular
nice.
dude. You thought
like a regular dude.
And he gets like, I love that you put it that way. He gets to be the love interest. Yeah. We hardly ever get to see them be.
That is so true, Jess. Yeah,
it's very true. And it's like, why not? Like, people like different. So like, I like it. I'm with it. I'm definitely with it.
Kudos for that as well.
Hope it's not the last time we see him.
That was another reason why I was pissed at Molly. I'm like, bro, you got this.
I don't think. No, especially after them going to the house and all of that, and them basically harassing him. I don't think that's the last one.
Maybe not, because the last scene we saw was him telling her, like, I don't know who the real you is, or both sides of you full of shit or whatever. So
maybe felt pretty like, I'm good without this.
Right.
But
it felt kind of mutual.
Hopefully he comes back, because I definitely like him.
She was done. She only went because Issa was tripping, and then Issa sneaking his man near the spot. It scared the fuck out because it made me think, damn, what if I had someone in my spot ever? Because that's some scary shit to think that someone may have been in your personal dwelling and you ain't there. She almost like, but like it was perfectly played. We didn't get like, she truly like right before she typed her name in. What the fuck are you doing? Like, it was perfectly played, but it still made me so uncomfortable. Issa, baby, you can't have him out. He can't have you out here like this, man.
He can't have you out there like that, bruh. No.
She's stigmatized.
And not only that, but she said as well, man, she ain't have nobody make her feel the way and supported. That's the thing about this cat. He made her feel supportive. He was whether like
he was the whole package, and I kept saying, I was like, this dude is like perfect. Something is wrong with him.
It had to be.
I was like, no, like something is wrong.
Is
like,
he gonna be in the next episode?
Is he gonna murder
or is he gone?
Like,
you think he's ghost?
I think he's gone.
He is ghosting her. He's not.
He's
yo,
gone.
when people ghost to that degree, they don't come back.
That is deep.
They disappear, and then what they do is they come back and they'll like look at your Insta story or something. You might see him pop up and be like, "Oh, that's some bullshit," but he's not coming back.
She is a beast and bold writer if she writes that character out just like that.
I think
he's gone.
In terms of audience satisfaction, I think he'll be back.
He'll probably pop up. She'll probably see him somewhere, and it's gonna be awkward as fuck.
In real life, she wouldn't run into him again. But I think for the sake of the show, I think
this season. Or are you talking in the future? This season. Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll see him in the finale.
I think so too.
Also on Ghost episode, we spoke on how much I missed the male perspective on this show. Thank God, Lawrence and Chad and the gang are back.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, dog, I love the balance of the three stories, the two women and the man, son.
Mm-hmm. How'd you feel about that church scene, dude?
I was just about to say that.
That
Oh my
church scene
God.
was hilarious,
I
dog.
loved them in church. And then when he gets saved,
Chad.
I'm straight so far.
Chad.
I'm straight so far.
We missed you, Chad.
Oh my God.
My nigga Chad, even after getting saved though, as he leaving church. See you later, my niggas.
Keep it, my niggas. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Lawrence, you know what I mean, he got the magic dick because this woman came on to him, shot her shot. And you know what I mean, it was something how they both had to realize who they were. Because Lawrence keeps meeting women that's not working for him. So that's probably why it was so refreshing. Because him and Issa got that chemistry.
They do.
Yeah. This is what it is. And we never got to see a happy version of their relationship, which would be interesting. We never got to see them work. We came in from Issa as the unreliable narrator, basically painting him a certain way, and that's why some people still have those gripes with him. But you know, it might be fun to see them try to court,
right?
Yeah,
build back. It might be fun.
It might be.
It might be fun seeing them as a happy couple and seeing how the relationship. Like I don't know what she could go anywhere she wants, but next episode is the season finale. Do we have? I didn't even see this the freaking trailer for the next one, but do we have any predictions? If she get 8 and she get out? Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I was like, did you
that's what you do. Giggity. Boom.
Like, all right, fair enough.
You get 8 and you get out.
Shut the fuck.
You leave. You say, I gotta go. My microwave is on fire.
There you go.
You leave.
What y'all think is going for the last episode? Fuck this. How y'all feel about the Lawrence? I'm sorry. Why y'all feel about the Lawrence story in this episode?
I like it, and I want them to get back together.
I mean, just Lawrence. She just say, "Girl, keep going."
Does it?
Nothing about his story.
Oh, about his story.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
This episode.
What was going on with Lawrence? He met the woman.
He felt like he needed change in his life, and you know, he trying to.
Church.
Yeah, he's trying.
He tried church.
Right.
Shouts out to the actor who played the Reverend. I forgot his name.
Oh yeah, and he's been around, so I forget his name.
He just shouted him out on fences. He got the goofy name that shouldn't even be LaMichael or some shit, but.
Michael T. Williams?
There we go. Michael T is his name.
Michael
T is his name.
Yeah,
not
okay.
Michael T. His first name is Michael T.
Michael T.
Michael T is his first name.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Lawrence is awesome. I'm happy he's back. Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Basically, that's how I feel.
I like like you said, B. I like the male perspective.
Just to balance it.
It is nice.
It
is
really
very nice.
Interesting to see like what he was basically doing while he was a newly single man.
Yeah, and it still wasn't working, man.
He was not happy
because he's a relationship guy.
He's a relationship guy.
And it is what it is.
Yeah.
Admit it to yourself, Lawrence, and get your girl back. What you saying, Marty?
About Lawrence.
Hi, Marty. Do you hear him?
Yeah, sorry. It's sort of sinking in. It's a little bit of sleepy too now, too, like a lot. But no, I dig Lawrence and his whole. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting how I like the conclusion that he came to. Basically, that's what I want to say. I like the conclusion that he came to with Issa, and how he was like, because the church wasn't working for him, and you could kind of see that sort of working for him. It's kind of like this isn't really what I'm kind of feeling, but do you think we should? And before he can even get his sentence out, his homeboy's going up there, for the altar call. But it's really kind of not working for him. And as we see it work for his homeboy, he's like, I don't quite know this is for me. And I think what kept him in the game a little bit longer was meeting no girl. And then him just sort of being like, I don't think I want the church. And then Issa sort of saying, well, you know what? Maybe you just need to find a church that works for you.
And so you caught that. That was like, nah, nigga.
Yeah.
Need the girl that we need whatever.
Exactly.
Because what he's feeling just seems like he has a hole that he's trying to fill, and he don't realize what's needed to fill it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think, I'm happy to see him back. I don't know. I'm surprised y'all don't feel this way because I felt like the internet, and maybe I'm just in the wrong forums, but people were like mad that he was back.
I mean, some people hate Lawrence.
Yeah.
Why?
But like to the extent of...
And some people love him to the fact that they boycott the show.
That's what I wanted to say, yeah. I like this version of Lawrence because, like you said, when we first got to meet him, and not only through the unreliable narrator, but also through what we got to see of him too. It's kind of they did have him looking kind of.
We got to see him at the bottom.
At the bottom, and then he sort of was in this weird space where he was kind of working through some stuff, and he was trying to rebound with this new chick who was real cool, but then he was kind of doing some shady ass shit on the side. And
I mean, the first 2 seasons he was trying to figure out a lot.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out yeah. So, but like now it's sort of
figure it out.
He's still trying to figure it out, but it's like to me, he's in a different place now, and it's sort of, I don't know, it's interesting to sort of see this stage in life for him. You know what I mean? And then to sort of have them come back around together is, I don't know if that's the best idea, but I'm interested to see where it goes.
I don't want to see y'all in a relationship by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
The next episode.
Agreed.
I want to see how y'all stretch it out. Try the friendship. Let's let it build. So we'll go to a little 1-minute preview. We're going to do predictions and we out.
It's going to be a block party, and so I'm looking to partner with local businesses, and I really want to be able to showcase the best musical talent.
How many bitches gonna be there?
1 bitch. Look, I just want my birthday to be right, drama-free, and happy. Fuck you, Quantrell. Wait, that ain't Quantrell. How you doing, baby?
Have you seen Torian? Torian's in the conference room with the partners.
Well, see, we want Torian to take the lead on this case, along with you.
What are you doing here? Why didn't you just tell me? You said you didn't want no drama. Wait, do I hear white people music? Bitch, you took me on a Beverly Hills shopping spree. We are not dating. Only my way goes. Yes, this is my girlfriend. No.
Predictions from what you just saw. I thought it was curious that Tiffany, it may really be gone out of their friendship.
Yeah, she's not in though.
Yeah. Wow.
That was an actual transition that we saw. Was there. That was her farewell. That's one song.
Might have been. I might. Maybe. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. I'm pretty sure she'll pop up at some point, but ultimately, it does sort of seem that's the direction that they're going in.
Yeah, like they're leading into that. I don't think she's gone now, but I think that it's an eventuality and a possibility.
But what else y'all think happening from just seeing this?
It sounds like she's gonna find out something about Nathan.
I think it's a Nathan thing happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is a huge
I don't think
or maybe Molly found something about Nathan and she didn't tell us because she's saying Molly didn't tell us something.
I think it's relating to Nathan because
Lawrence
I think
came with that girl from church.
I don't think he's gonna even connect with her like that. Or they could have did some really good editing that made it seem like Issa was talking to Molly and they just flipped to Molly like
I think that's a misdirect when we saw that. Yeah, like that probably Lawrence has nothing to do with whatever they're talking about. They kind of
or Nathan.
Yeah, I think it's all Nathan. Yeah, I definitely think it's whatever that whole sequence was about.
Oh, what if Candace don't know about
They ain't throw nothing about Candace or Dro in this though.
That's true.
Like not even a hint. I think Molly's thing is gonna be what's going on in her job. Like, cause she did take point on that Torian nigga, and now it seems like she's built herself a rival at her own spot.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dog. I'm amped. I want to see it. Season finale, Insecure, next week, and we out this bitch, y'all. Man, we covered a lot, man. To make up for the ghost episode. God damn it. Hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com. You heard me? We want you to be part of the conversation. Any recommendations, anything you want to run at us, man, let us know over there, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment. As always, this is that actor guy, Mr. Bats in the building, man. And, for reviewing that show, I'm out here. And they gonna do the part shit. You ain't telling motherfuckers where they can find you at, my nigga.
Hey, I'm Raheem GLASPY. You can find me everywhere at _TheGreatGLASPY. Put the underscore or you will not find me.
And check out No More Karaoke.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I guess the show is over, Marty.
I guess it is.
So we have to say bye-bye.
You gotta say some words to the folks.
Hey guys, it's J.Steel again. And now we're ending the show. I'm gonna make this as awkward as possible.
Please do. Take your time.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, take your time. Are we here to end the show? Is that what we're doing?
So.
If I still had a voice, I would yell at you guys.
You can follow me on Instagram at IamJSteel_. You can also follow my amazing food blog at FatGirlNola. And also follow me on Vray Films. Also, go follow TheMisbelief at TheMisbelief and catch all of our episodes at TheMisbelief.podbean.com. And if you want to get woke by some beautiful-ass black women, go follow at Black Girls with Mics, where we talk about shit.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you can find me, Marty, MartyEdwards, 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Also go to LorrainePictures.com, click on the Your30 tab, like, rate, share. I co-host a show there with the Arrogant Observer called Your30 with Marty and the Arrogant Observer. Check it out. Appreciate you. That's all I got.
You sure?
Sure, man.
He's good.
I think so.
We did it.
I don't got no like clever outro for you guys or anything, guys. So just bye, niggas. Thank y'all for listening, straight up. But bye, niggas.
Bye.
Marty out. Bye.
Do